nice to be with you. The Rebel Path is playing, yes. Hello, hello, my dears. I'm so glad you're here with us in this cold Sunday, or at least now it's cold. I once said to the project to make Vampire Bloodlines 2. Gargar wrote, oh yeah. That is interesting. I've heard people say that they want us to make so many things. But you know what? I mean, what I can say, we're actually doing pretty some things, right? You have probably seen it. Hey. So, did you guys watch a recent announcement? I believe there was like one or two news that we have shared. Minor new items, right, exactly. Minor new items. Alexei wrote, I'd love Hadar to have some kind of a contemporary setting. We'll see. We'll see. So today, my friends, I'm in CD Projekt RED shirt. This is the one that has both logos. You can probably see it on my back, both Witcher and Cyberpunk 2077. Illustriard wrote, yeah, more contemporary games. Well, I mean, I'm not saying anything about this. So, my dears, you know how it has been. What do you think about all of those announcements? I think there was at least few things that we have shown. So, yeah, definitely something to discuss, I assume. I had a double sound, but I eliminated it already. My second vote is coming, Nightclub wrote. That is very interesting, my friend. Tyler, new Gwent expansion taking place in Night City. Oh, that's a wonderful idea, Tyler. Very cool. Silent Killer, hi from Italy. Hello, my friend. Great to have you with us. So yes, there is already a question about me moving to Boston. So yes, maybe you should start from that. So I have tweeted about it, so you guys already know. The plan is, and you know what, like I'll focus primarily on myself here, not because I want to focus on myself, but because I shouldn't be sharing news about other people. So, but what I can tell you is that the core team of Cyberpunk is moving to the Boston area to set up a completely new branch, I would say. However, we'll be working together with the branch from Vancouver, and we will be working together with the branch from Warsaw. So it won't be like a completely new crew, for sure. But, you know, a bit of new people for sure will join the team. And then there's many reasons why we have picked Boston area. I think that in time, more and more things will become clear. I'm not going to add anything more here because this is, of course, you know, very, very strictly under NDA, my dears. But what I can tell you is that I made a decision to basically stay with the IP, being like to stay with Cyberpunk, because as you can see, there's like actually lots of different, you know, projects that are discussed, that are in development, you know, of various stages, I would say. And because of that, you know, of course, you know, we need to like make sure that we have different devs, you know, on those projects. And, you know, I had a discussion, you know, with the head of the studio, with the game director, with other directors, and with my dear Sapphire about the plan, you know, how to do that. And sort of together we made the decision, okay, let's actually, you know, kick this, made this rolling, and, you know, let's try to do that, make that work. You know, I'm really, really fucking excited actually to bring you up another installment of Cyberpunk. I think there's like so much we can do, and I don't know. I'll do my best, for you. Of course, first, my main focus is the Phantom Liberty. Now, I think it's time to play some music because our music ended. I really like this one. You probably know it. It's so awesome. From first episode of Edgerunners. It's fucking awesome. So Camille is asking when I'm moving to Boston. Well, my dears, I can't really talk about it yet. There will be a time when we'll talk about it. For sure, my main focus right now is to make sure that Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty slaps. You have seen that we have actually a lot of devs, on this project. I've heard that, you've been asking me in the previous streams, multiple times, Pavel, how many devs we have on Phantom Liberty, and I told you that it's a lot, and it's a big team, it's a very capable team, it's an experienced team, I would say, and you could see already on that official information that we have shared that there's 350 plus devs that are working on the project, and that we are quite advanced with it. So that's as much as I can say. I need to make sure that this, that the first, that the expansion, that the first project that comes up, is really, really polished, and that you're really happy, with what we have gave you. And that's really, really my main focus. I'm not really thinking much more about anything else, to be completely honest with you. I really want it to be great, Okay, I think that maybe now we could listen to some other banger, because why not? How do you feel about moving? Well, I mean, I'm quite... I don't know, I'm quite excited, to be honest, but in the same time, I'm quite worried, but I was telling it to you guys in the past, that like my main motivation to really stay with the project, for this many years and stay here further is because we are doing things that are tough to make, and I really, really, really like when it's difficult. I really, really like when it's difficult, I really like when it's challenging. And that's like one of the reasons. Another reason being, when you're in the industry for like this many years, right? Like I have probably like how much more? Maybe 30 years, hopefully 30 years, maybe 35, maybe 40 years that I will be able to work on games, before I die. That's everything I have, right? And in that time, there's such a low probability that one day I won't be working on a project that fails in some way. It's a low probability, because just if you spend whole your career working on things, right? There will be always things that are more successful and things that are less successful. There's just no way about it, like you cannot be... There's no way to just like all the time, deliver like banging hits and sure, like that's always the goal and so on. But even when you have like, let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 banging hits, each one of them will be like seen differently by the players, Some things players are going to love and some things players are going to dislike, and maybe they will even hate. And the fact that after what happened with the Cyberpunk release and the fact that CD Projekt and our the board, they were so mature with the way they approached it, gave me so much confidence in them and the company. And I saw that, okay, it makes so much sense, because in the next 30-40 years when I make games, I am going to be taking part in a project that won't be as successful as I want it to be, and you need to have in the company, just in the studio that you're working for, management, leadership, the pedigree, the atmosphere to really cope with that, and deal with all of those issues and situations, that's super important to be able to do that. And because I saw how well they were able to handle this, and I saw, how much will there is to actually correct things, that's why I was okay, I'm fucking staying for sure, let alone the fact that I just love our IPs, I love Cyberpunk and I love The Witcher. And I suspect I'm probably going to like Hadar. I am quite sure I'm going to like Hadar. So it's just being with this company is amazing, So anyway, yes. So what I feel a mix of excitement and worries as well, about moving. But I'm let's fucking do it, let's try it. In the same time, when I was when this offer was made to me by our head of the studio, Adam Badowski, and game director, Gabe Amatangelo, when they asked me about it, I was okay, this is this is fucking crazy idea. But I knew really, really quickly, okay, this is going to be for sure something that will catapult my own development so much ahead. And I felt okay, I'm going to learn and see so many things by doing this decision, that I decided, okay, let's go, and let's do that. So yeah, that's the background, and this is how I feel about it, about all of that. Who'll be the head of the studio in Boston? King Levy, and I see Pablo asks about it. Oh, I don't think that information was shared yet, so I'm not going to say anything, my dears. Because you're probably wondering what will be my role. It will be very, very similar to how it is right now. There will be for sure differences and so on. We need to all, nail it down and discuss it. But it will be around what I'm doing right now. So I will be responsible for hiring, training, mentoring of the narrative departments, of setting up the quality requirements, our standards, of teaching people. I will be also designing things myself for sure, and yeah, and implementing for sure. I would love to do that. Anyway. Still director, but studio director. Says I'm one. I mean, I think you were talking about me. Well, I mean, there is a bit of work to be done, before I'll be able to, to take a helm of the studio and stuff. I still need to develop and learn a lot of things. Is Boston permanently? The Boston is for sure for a long time. I'm not sure if it's gonna be permanent because, I was thinking that the Warsaw is permanent, right? When I moved to Warsaw when I was 19 years old, just after high school, I also thought it's permanent. But then, a bunch of projects that I've been working on didn't work, failed, in various ways. So I moved to Krakow to work for Reality Pump, and I was in Krakow for 3 years, and I didn't plan that. And then I moved back to the project, to work on The Witcher 2 Enhanced Edition at that time, right? Witcher 3 expansions, Cyberpunk, and now Phantom Liberty, the expansion for Cyberpunk. China is the end game, Jan as well, Karot. Well, I mean, then finally my Mandarin will be useful. Tyler asks, are you prepared for the USA? I don't think so, Tyler. I don't think there is a way for me to be prepared. you know, so we'll see how it works out. Oh, and we have the Sphere Hunter with us. Hello, Susie. Great to have you with us. Well, one positive is for you to move to Boston. We can hang out. Also, good morning. Really? Oh, Susie, you're in the Boston area? I had no idea. That's cool. That's cool. You know, thank you for letting me know. Is the USA prepared for Sasko? Oh God. Oh God. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? Okay, my dears, I know that this banging, you know, music is playing and we are chopping audios, but I just wanted to greet our dear Reds and moderators with us before we move on. We have our dear Ayano with us, our UI producer. Thank you so much, Ayano, for being here. Ayano has a diamond icon on the chat. Ayano is responsible for the UI and everything regarding that. Ayano is also working in the closing squad with me. So we are the chums that are responsible for making sure that we deliver you the solid patches. And Ayano is also a streamer. You can check her out with my recommended streamers. Right now, I think mostly Destiny. So if you're interested, check out Monica. And of course, you know, we have Chivok as well, our customer support engineer. Thank you so much, Mike, for being with us. And outside of that, we have two our great mods. Of course, you know, Sapphire, my dear girlfriend. You can see her on the chat from time to time, saying things or answering questions or making fun of me. And Cogito. I hope, Cogito, that you're feeling good. Already Cogito wasn't present with us last week, was taking care of the health topic, but I hope that everything's fine now, my friend. And I wanted to greet all of you guys. I feel so humbled that you're like coming over here to listen to me say shit, you know, on these streams. Thank you so much. I see so many regulars, you know, Camille Cesaro, obviously. Hello, Celebi. Great to have you with us. Nehudan, it's awesome. G Apollo, I really appreciate you, man. Exit to the next level, of course. Thank you so much. Pablo, Pinky Julian, my friend, thank you for being here. Lorky stream, hello, Lorky. Great to have you with us. We the ones. There's a question already. With you moving to America, is going the time of the stream change? I mean, I you know, like, it's not that I'm moving right now. As I mentioned, I need to take care first time of the Phantom Liberty for you, my dears. So this needs to happen first. And, you know, I'm not mentioning anything, you know, when, because, of course, you know, we didn't talk about the release of the expansion yet. You know, when we eventually do, then maybe I'll have more things to share regarding this. So when I will know exactly when I'm moving, then we can talk, you know, about it. Like, I assume that I'm going to have to adjust in some ways, but we'll try to figure this out, okay? And make sure it all makes sense. Silk Wire wrote Pavel Sasko W. I'm glad, Silk Wire, you think so, and thank you for being with us. Kushix, is it permanent relocation? I was talking about it just a moment ago. Probably yes, but really we will see. You know how the things develop. Because as I mentioned, I was imagining that I'm relocating, you know, for good when I moved to Warsaw, and then I had to move to Krakow, you know, for work, and then I had to move to back to Warsaw, and now I'm moving to Boston. So we will see, you know, we'll see how it all plays out. Now let's actually listen to the soundtrack from our Cyberpunk Edgerunners anime. We have lots of songs. This one is Lithium, something that's probably a bit less known. So let's play this one. King Kishol asks, is there any chance to add tomahawk throwing? Very interesting idea, King Kishol. I don't think that that's something that we've been discussing to really add to the game. But thank you for your comment, my friend. Who knows what happens in the future? So far, a lot of the things that community was requesting, we have at least tried to introduce. What do you feel about Marcin Iwiński leaving CD Projekt as CEO? Any words about Mr. Marcin? Well, Kamil, first and foremost, Marcin is not leaving CD Projekt. He is leaving the position of joint CEO and becoming the chairman. So that does not mean he's not leaving the company. He is changing a position in the company. And thoughts regarding this? Well, I mean, you know, like Marcin has done lots of the things for this company. He's been in RED for almost 30 years, you know. He set up this company together with Adam Kiciński a long time ago. And I am sure that he has put a lot of thought into this decision. And I think that the, our board is like, how to say it, like they have spent a lot of time in the industry and in the company. So I don't think that for you as a players, you will feel the difference, like, that the difference will be very distinct and visible, of Marcin not being there, just because he's still in the company, this time as a chairman rather than as a joint CEO, so I don't think this many things will change, but of course, for Marcin, a lot will, a lot will. And honestly, I wish him the best in his role. He's an amazing guy. I had the chance to talk to Marcin many times. We've been on the stage or on many different events, many times together. And I'm really glad, that this guy, that my path, crossed with his path at some point, so I was able to, work in the same company as he is, But again, this will continue and hopefully stay for a very long time like this. Okay then, my dears, because there is a absolute fucking flood of the questions on the chat. Sapkowski's dad, thank you so much for the sub, my friend. Very creative nickname, I have to admit. Very creative. Very creative. Hope you guys are doing well today. Celebi said, I think we are. I hope so. Sapkowski's dad wrote 522193. Exactly, my friend. This is exactly what I was thinking. Thank you for phrasing it. Timefrach asks, is Cyberpunk a particularly popular genre in Poland? My 3 favorite Cyberpunk games were made by Polish studios Cyberpunk, Observer, and Ghostrunner. Well, it's actually quite funny and quite interesting. So the Cyberpunk as a genre was quite dead when it comes to the mass market and popular culture. That was actually something very rare. And then when we have announced work on Cyberpunk 2077 in 2013, I remember that this has sparked, a lot of interest, again back. And then slowly, another, another games, and even movies created in that genre started popping up, one by one. Then you had, you had the Altered Carbon on, the Netflix. And then, then you had another games, because outside of Observer and Ghostrunner, there was also this isometric game with the helmet face kind of thing with the display. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was also there. So I think I don't want to sound too ballsy, but I think like in a way, what we did as yes, Ruiner, exactly. Thank you, my dear. Sorry, I'm so behind in the chat. I didn't see you say it. Yes, Ruiner, exactly. I don't want to sound too ballsy, but I think like just simply the fact that, Cyberpunk, we started making Cyberpunk and there was like so much buzz around the game that it simply like revived the genre in some ways. And after Cyberpunk was shipped, there was already so many. You have already like 5-6 games in Cyberpunk genre. There was multiple movies, in it as well. Outside of course, Blade Runners. There was also, The Upgrade. I don't know if you saw The Upgrade, the movie. It's also quite cyberpunk. This music relaxes you. That's nice. So yes, this is The Other Room. Also music from Edgerunners. Did you hear about the Blitz FX mod for Witcher 3? It's a drastic graphic overwork and the creator of it is tried to apply it for CD Projekt. Interesting, Appletish. I have to admit that I didn't. However, I have seen like numerous actually mods like and big overhauls for the Witcher 3. But I don't think I've seen Bleed's FX. Like I assume that Aero would probably know a bit more about the topic, but thank you for making me aware about this. Zuifor. Okay. Zuifor says, hello, Pavel. I wanted to thank you for your work on Cyberpunk. I have played through the game 4 times by now, and I'm on my 5th playthrough. I'm still finding new things in the world. Thank you for being part of making this game so great. Thank you so much, Zuifor. It's very humbling to hear that you liked it. It's obviously work of a huge team that has contributed to it. But it's nice to hear that you have liked it. God damn it! There's like so many questions. Machiavelli. I have a question about corpos in Night City. Aside from Arasaka, almost every corpo is very background in the game. I know we have personal things with the Arasaka, but we all know Militech and Night Corp has equal influence in the Night City. I wonder how much Militech or Night Corp have gonna involved in Phantom Liberty. Well, I mean, Machiavelli, so you probably know that just because of the question, how we have asked it, that I can't really answer this. But yes, definitely corporations are very important, like for Cyberpunk as a genre, and for us as creators right now working on Phantom Liberty. But this is as much as I can say, right now. Okay, so what is playing right now, this is Modern Anthill by our dear Marcin Przybyłowicz. This is the song from the official Cyberpunk soundtrack that was also featured in the Edgerunners anime. Chivok wrote, I don't play Cyberpunk, so I'm more sus. Well, I mean, that's definitely sus. Chivok. Salty Halty, thank you so much, my friend, for the Prime. Thank you so much for the Prime. Let me look at the questions, my dears. Why did you choose Unreal 5, then continue with the Red Engine? Well, I mean, Death Knights 1991, my friend, I mean, that wasn't like my call to pick the engine specifically. However, I've been consulted, by the key, I would say, decision makers regarding this decision. I can tell you one thing, like as a creator of the games, or like one thing that you really want to do and what you are trying to do is to make sure that you can work on amazing games and provide the players with the best possible experience. That's basically how it works. The thing is that when you are as a player, as a when you are as a game developer working on something, and you need to like constantly struggle if in some ways with the technology, this is always in a way frustrating. It's always slowing you down. That's the way it works. And the thing is, like, Red Engine is a solid engine. It is a solid engine. So that choice, that decision hasn't been made recklessly, to switch the engines. It was done so that we can actually provide you as a players with more content, with more value, with more interesting things, in the game, rather than other way around. So as you can imagine, the people that made the decision, their assessment was that this engine is going to make us faster, more reliable. It's going to help out, with developing things forward, and with just, at the end, just delivering you better games. That's always the goal of us as a company. And I only honestly care about just delivering you like fantastic experience. That's seriously like the only thing that is in my mind. Let's now listen to some a bit more of a banging tune, because why not? It's a chill stream, but you know what? A bit of energy. A bit of energy is always good. I'm really glad you guys are here. Woo. I love the scavenger hunt. Shraft2k wrote, I would murder for an Altered Carbon game. The body change mechanic would be world-changing and mind-blowing. Shraft2k wrote. Yeah, Shraft2k, that sounds actually super fucking fun, I have to tell you. Science Fiction person asked, could you tell us who else from the core team is working with you on the project Orion? So that information hasn't been yet shared publicly. Like, the only thing that I said is that this is the core team, but what I can say is those are like main people, who were like connected to the Cyberpunk game from the very beginning, pretty much, and who are right now very much responsible for delivering the expansion. So that's as much as I can say, but no names yet, at least, my friend. Like, it's not because I don't want to share it, but more about, like, I think the people who are making this decision, making this move and this change, they should have the right to be the one that say it first, I made a decision to tell you guys about this right away after we shared with you information about Cyberpunk Orion. Because I saw that a lot of you have been worried, like I've seen comments. I remember talking to Miles about it. Miles was very very much caring, and he was really wanted to help. And he was saying that, he sees everywhere, on Discord, on Twitter, on Reddit, people writing and being worried that, the core team from Cyberpunk is not going to continue on Cyberpunk, but will switch to one of other projects, and the I wanted to that's why I talked to to some people internally in the company, and we made decision. Okay, I really should say that I'm actually really staying with the IP because I'm not moving anywhere. That does not mean though that I'm not going to be working on any of the Witchers. The thing is that lots of like the Witcher projects that you have heard about, those are the projects that are like there are solid teams that we can really trust on those projects, but a lot of us is acting as advisors, and we are helping a lot, and I am quite close, or I'm trying to be quite close to the other Witcher projects. My role is more advisory, but it changes in time, and I will be for sure trying to help there. Also because like I really love Witcher, like I started in CD Projekt because of Witcher. I started in CD Projekt because I wanted to make another Witcher, and it turned out to be Witcher 3 with both expansions. I really, that was my motivation to join the company. So I just can't, see myself like right now, just completely switching, and forgetting about Witcher. That's not how it's going to be. Voitas wrote, when I hear about 7 games from CD Projekt, I got heart attack. I can understand that. The thing is that we shared that those are the future projects, those are the things that you can expect from us in time. And I think that this plan is very reasonable, that hasn't been shared recklessly with you. It was obviously like very much discussed, like we as a company, we made a lot of changes internally, and we want to be a bit more transparent, to you when it comes to the things that you can expect from us. And that's why, we want to keep on this communication going, between the studio and the players, so that you can know exactly, what the hell is happening, what the studio is working on and so on. So that is the reason why it was like shared, quite ahead of time, I would say. But sometimes, this question is being asked, is it like, didn't you say that you right now have the projects with a shorter promotion cycle? And that's exactly the case, right? Because like promotion cycle being the marketing campaign is not the same thing as us saying, hey, we're just working on a project. A lot of the studios, let me bring up the very fresh example of the new Iron Man game, right? A lot of studios announce that they are making, that they are working on some projects at the time when they are doing the recruitment, for different projects. Because then, unfortunately, if you don't say it, then different people, who find out about it, leak it, or people put it, for instance, on their LinkedIn, that they work. There was a time I remember in the industry when actually LinkedIn was just a constant source of headaches, because you could go to someone's LinkedIn and basically see all of the unannounced projects, there, and constantly all of those informations, were turned into news. So nowadays, especially the projects, the companies that are announcing that they're working on something to prevent that information from leaking through like many different ways. The projects are being announced, hey, we work on this or that, especially in situation when there is, like, I would say, a very intense, hiring process involved. So that is, I think it's a good call, to be completely honest with you. I think it makes sense. Oifach Delu, hello, nice to have you with us, friend. Pavel, will the Cyberpunk sequel be in city open world again? Oh, my friend, I cannot talk about details regarding the Orion until the details are shared, my friend. I'm sorry. You know that I can't just randomly share it, my friend. CDPR deserves the best. Celebi wrote, thank you so much, Celebi, I appreciate it. Pantheon, the AMC animated science fiction series, is basically pre-Cyberpunk. Vin Cohen wrote, interesting. I mean, I don't know the series, to be completely honest, so I'll need to trust you, on this. But is there the same magic of CDPR with so many new people in Boston? Puff the Darkness wrote, very good question. So Puff the Darkness, like, that is the reason why we are moving the one of the most experienced like Reds there, so that we can have the CD Projekt RED DNA pretty much, in the place, so that we can spread it, that's the way it works, is that when you have some kind of a culture, as a company, and then you hire new people, and then you spend time to train them and mentor them, they are becoming the carriers of this ethos, and I've been in the company long enough to be, I think, one of those people that is a carrier of this ethos, of this work ethics, of the goals, of the ambitions, of the craziness, of the spirit, of the rebellious nature, I think like I've been long enough to carry that. And, that's why when we've been like, let's say, hiring for The Witcher and then hiring for Cyberpunk and hiring for expansion, after some time I can see, the change slowly happen in the people that are joining, who are really becoming, Reds, who take this mentality, this way of thinking, this way of, of looking at things and so on. So that's the way it works. That's why, I feel like quite, how do you say it, happy and safe maybe to say, because of the fact that, on which, on each, Witcher project and Cyberpunk, we have, and even, the new IP thing, we always have there, a very experienced people that we've been able to, assign to those topics, to be sure that we are, cultivating that ethos and that way of working, and I'm talking, of course, about good things, not bad things, right? So I don't think you have to be worried too much, because like, I remember people saying that that a lot of people has left, from The Witcher 1. People that made The Witcher 1 have left, and The Witcher 2 won't be the same. Then it was people who made The Witcher 2 have left, and The Witcher 3 won't ever be the same. Then after the release of Witcher 3, it was like, no, everybody has left the company. The expansions are doomed. There won't be, the expansions will be horrible. Then we shipped the expansions. Then it was the same thing, that everyone has left to the project, and Cyberpunk is doomed, And sure, we had some trouble with Cyberpunk, especially at the release. But, at least the things that you guys, would expect from us, which is amazing art, amazing story, amazing characters, amazing music, all of that was there. And like I keep hearing the same things, all the time from, since I'm with the company since 11 years, and, I've been observing to the project for whole my, professional career, of course, because I wanted to join the studio. That was one of my goals. I really wanted to become a part of RED. And, that discourse was constant, was literally constant. So the I think like what you're experiencing here and thinking, okay, yeah, they're moving to Boston, and now, there will be new people there, so it's not going to be the same. I don't think so, my friend, because like, have in mind that, like, people learned, throughout the years. Like, there's actually so many amazing people that we have hired during Cyberpunk development, that you didn't even hear about. I talked here about, devs as, for instance, Despina, our quest designer, Ero Varendi, our quest designer, some of the even QA people like Maria Mazur, some completely new hires like Batuhan. The thing is that you may not know them, you may not hear about them, but we very carefully look for people, to make sure that they fit, our company culture, and then we train them, we make sure that became the carriers of the studio ethos, of the work ethics and so on. So I don't think you have to be worried, like the thing is like the key people, the key directors, key leads, and people who've been here since like many games are still here, and the thing is, like, when you're like hiring excellent people, at some point really they are becoming better than you, like I think that there are better, quest designers in the studio than me, there are better narrative designers than me, there are definitely better managers than me in the studio. I see Despina on the chat. Hello, Despina. Great to have you with us. We were just talking about you. It's such a coincidence that you came over. you know. So yes, I think we can tell you know, Despina, everyone, what you're working on. Despina's working on the new Witcher saga. Despina's on the Polaris project, my dears, you know. Thank you so much, Despina, for being here with us. Jesus Christ, I'm seriously so much behind in this chat. I know that they always say it, but seriously, I'm always behind. Too Good TV, thank you so much, my friend, for the Prime. I really appreciate it. I'm seriously so lost on this chat. What is happening? So Inola 207 asks, adding a paraglider in Orion since you are playing Breath of the Wild. Sure, absolutely, fucking paraglider. By the way, did you guys play New Horizon? I hope you did, because the New Horizon has a paraglider, you know, this cyber paraglider. So hey. Who's working on FF06B5? I am not going to tell you, Shrafty, anything regarding that. I was summoned, Stealthspell said. I'm glad. It's always really cool. Stealthspell that you're with us. Sphere Hunter, Susie, thank you so much for the sub. You're the best. Appletish. Let's check what Appletish says. Is that right that CDPR will have to create the RPG systems on Unreal 5 again, like the dialogue system, quest tools, or you will take different approach in its mechanics than previous CDPR games? Well, I mean, so I won't be obviously talking to you about the new games and what we are going to do, but I can share a bit more about the technology. So we have spoken about the fact that, you know, we have started this partnership with Epic. And right now, what is the important step to be done is to create the tools that we will be using to tell all of the stories that we want to tell. And, you know, work on that has started some time ago already. And we are using, I have to say, all the experiences that we have from all the Witcher games, especially like systemic experiences, but also, you know, experiences from Cyberpunk, and trying to, you know, to make that tool set even better. You know, I have to tell you that, like, all of the tools that we have made, you know, from for the games, from game to game, our tools have been so much better. You know, like, I remember the quest editor from The Witcher 1. You know, some of you could maybe have seen it because Genie was available online, and you could download it and see it. You know how Genie, so basically modified Aurora engine for the first Witcher game, for The Witcher 1, was working. Then we had the Witcher 2 toolset that we have made, and that one was just a huge progress, you know, from Witcher 1. Then Witcher 3 was a significant upgrade, but it wasn't a revolution, I would call it, from Witcher 2 to Witcher 3. And then expansion. So we kind of like basically upgraded, updated, improved, made basically the Witcher 2 system much more better, you know, for The Witcher 3, because the, you know, engine was basically getting a significant rewrites for The Witcher 3. And then when, you know, we started working on Cyberpunk, we made even bigger change. And that change was the whole toolset was designed like from scratch, almost from the beginning, you know. Like, I remember I was one of the people that was working on the you know, some kind of a, I would say, groundwork, you know, for the toolset for Cyberpunk. But of course, you know, there was many different designers, programmers, animators, cinematic designers actually involved in whole that process to make sure that all that toolset works. So now we are actually using all of that experiences, you know, from Witcher, starting from Witcher 1, you know, to Cyberpunk, to just basically design it and make it even better on Unreal, you know. So yes. Stealthspell wrote, I was modding Skyrim, but it kept on crashing, so I rage quit. Interesting. Machiavelli said, I saw Cybertruck design on Twitter. It looks sick. I hope you guys won't cancel the vehicle because of a couple weirdos on Twitter get mad over Elon Musk. I'm not Elon simp. Well, I mean, Machiavelli, I don't have many more comments regarding this. I'm not really fully sure what will happen. What is the plan? You know, I think it was more just of a joke, you know, from our main account. But again, you know, I really don't know how the situation will develop. So no further comment regarding the topic. Visually, yeah, it looked fine. Visually, it looked fine. The Cybertruck. Spicy Taco says, Cyberpunk is an amazing game. A lot of people loved it. It deserves more than one expansion. Please don't abandon a high potential game. Spicy Taco. Well, I mean, Spicy Taco, we are doing nothing but working on the game, my friend. You know, you saw that there's over 350 devs working on you know, on the game for you. So you know, there is. Like I don't think, you know, you can say I don't think you can say that we are like abandoning anything, you know. I know that you're referring to, you know, yet another expansion and so on, but let's do it like this. Let us ship you the first one, you know, the one that we're making, and then we can talk, okay? You know, like we said already officially, you know, what are the plans, you know, for the studio and so on. So we are trying to really make it worthwhile for you. The Aurora toolset is still available in 2022, believe it or not. They're still adding features to the editor in Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. Van Cohen wrote, oh, that's interesting. I had no idea. That's cool. That's really awesome. Science fiction person asked, why did you release the code names of the projects? I thought code names are there so that project names don't get leaked. Not really, science fiction person. The code names are, I mean, the code names sometimes are actually to not to have the actual like name of the project shared, so that makes sense. But in our case, you know, we need to be doing like pretty how to say it, active, I would say, hiring, you know, for all of those projects. So because of that, we had to share it also so that we can, like, in a way, freely talk with the candidates, you know, because it's a completely different conversation when you're talking with someone very experienced, you know. And then, you know, you can tell that person, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing that. That is planned. You know, what are your thoughts? Do you like any of those IPs? Where do you see yourself? You know, much easier to just actually have a, you know, a good, fruitful conversation with a new candidate to work, rather than being just very general and being like, yeah, you know what? So we are working on stuff, but we can't tell you anything. So would you like to join us? You know what I mean? Like, as a dev, you know, as a team member, I'm like instantly thinking like, holy fuck, it would be nice to maybe, you know, just know what I might be doing. So sometimes, you know, before it's announced, there's no other way to talk, like just, but talk about, you know, about actual, using actual code names and so on, you know. Okay then. Yes, my dears, I'm seeing that some of you are speaking. I think it's Turkish on the chat. I really appreciate the Turkish, but I don't think that many of us can speak Turkish yet, at least. So please, if you could use English, that would be awesome. Bangles. Hey, Pavo. Hello, Bangles. Long-time viewer of your Twitter, first-time Twitch viewer. Nice to have you. I was wondering what your title quest director actually means for your work. Oh yeah, I've been talking about it so much on the streams. What is it you do a day-to-day basis? Is more technical, more creative. I'm going to college to become a narrative writer for games, and quest design philosophies are something I'm trying to study. So any information is great. Thank you. Bungles. So when it comes to me, I am directing quests, open world and cinematic departments. My job is to hire, mentor, train people in all of those teams. My job is to make sure that they are taken care of. That's first and foremost. Second thing is I am taking care of the creative work together with my teams. So I am the one that is basically going through the designs of the team, reading those, opinionating, discussing it with them, trying to give them the direction and help. That I am the one that is often doing the trainings on the narrative side, but also on the technical side with them, trying to help them out to get to a grasp on like the technology and understand, how to actually make the game happen. And then after that happens, I'm the one that is reviewing the quests. So I'm playing the open world, I'm playing the scenes, I'm playing the quest content, and basically discussing it, making notes, discussing it with all my teams, or other departments as well, to just make sure that we are as much on the same page as you can. Now, if you are considering to become a quest designer, there's, I think, two best things you can do. One thing is start learning everything you can do about design and narrative design. That means read books, discuss what you have read with other intelligent people that have intelligent opinions so that you can share with them. Then when you're doing that, also make sure to learn all the technical things, so try to use different engines. Unity, Unreal are free. There's a bunch of other really simple engines, like even Twine, where you can make a paragraph story, and really learn from that. So work basically in those two directions, narrative/design, that's one sphere, and another sphere, everything technical, based on the engines. You can also, but that's a bit more complex, but you can also go into modding and start modding any game. Really start modding Cyberpunk, start modding Witcher 3. If you're, of course, looking to work for us, I would encourage to mod any of our games. But there is, of course, if you would want to work for any other studio, look for their games and actually think, what you can do, in their games, and maybe mod their, if you want to be a video editor, maybe make a montage, of the videos from that game, or write a story, from that game's IP, and so on. I'm glad that you're here with us, because those are the topics that we very often talk about here on the stream. So I hope you'll be able to, learn a lot. I have also did the I'm also uploading like all of those videos to YouTube, so you can basically just go there and they're all timestamped. You can basically check out, all the previous recordings and so on. So, okay then. Burnham777 says, one question, are we going to see Panam and Judy in an upcoming expansion? Oh god, you rebels. Of course you would ask about this. I have nothing to share, unfortunately, my chums. Cyberpunk is the only thing that works for those who need vehicles and guns, Yagdir said. Well, yes, I mean, from our IPs, that's true. Polaroid says, been enjoying a Cyberpsychosis mod for Cyberpunk 2077. Was there one option development planned such a feature? Polaroid, so I actually have seen information about this mod here and there popping up, that it's good. So I'm actually really curious. I need to check it out. So that's one thing. A second thing is, like, if it was planned ever in the development. Not really, my friend. I don't really remember any conversations of that sort. So that wasn't really ever ever planned, you know. And I'm going to check that mod that you have mentioned. I'm very curious about it. Jesus Christ. Vister Lilak, thank you so much, my friend, for the sub. I really appreciate it. Jesus, okay, you know, guys, I'm just gonna jump back to the end almost, because seriously, I am so much behind the chat. Voitas, thank you so much, my friend, for the sub. I really appreciate it. Pavel, will you be playing the game today? Yes, of course, I will be playing the game. I always do. I just want to make sure that we have like discussed and addressed like main important, you know, things that people want to ask about, you know, on the chat. So I'm just trying to, you know, give everyone space to really ask the questions, and I'm just like picking like one by one randomly, you know, and answering them. Vister Lilak wrote, I'm graduating next year in character art and concept art on the West Coast. Similar to your Warsaw location, do you think Boston may have any internship opportunities? I've talked with Marek a handful of times and would love to shoot my shot with you guys. I'm not sure what Marek you are referring to. I think you are talking to Bandit Pencil, Marek. Probably yes, probably Bandit Pencil, Marek. The thing is that I'm quite sure that in time this will be possible. I mean the internship, but not at the very beginning. You know, like I think at the very beginning we will be focused mostly on making sure that you know, we are like hiring the best possible people we can find, and that we'll be focusing on like, you know, groundwork, I would say, for the new game. So I don't think this will be a good time to have any interns join, you know, our studio at the time. So just wanted to make sure it's clear, my friend. But I think in time, definitely, I would definitely want that. It will be just, but it will take some time, you know, this won't happen quickly. What do you think about Plague Tale Requiem? Voitas asked. I mean, to be honest, Voitas, I didn't play the game, so I'm curious about it. I didn't play the game. I have so much to play still. I'm trying to finish Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's embarrassing. It's taking me so long already. Delfino asks, hi, Pavel, I was wondering for how long you're supposed to be in Boston. Is it a definite thing or just a few years? Delfino, so at least so far, the plan is that it is a definitive thing. But, you know, we'll see how things goes. You know, I was speaking about it just a bit before that, you know, it might be that things changed and I will be needed somewhere else. But for now, I assume that it's a change for at least years, you know. Like I would imagine that I'm moving there to at least ship and just make one game for you guys, you know, and build a team and to ship at least one game, you know. That's what I would love to do, and I hope that that this is exactly how it's gonna happen. Can you ask if you can add us the chat into shard somewhere in Phantom Liberty? Drelovs asked. Oh, you mean like all 1,000 people to some kind of yeah, I mean, Drelovs, the thing is, it's just you know, I know that you know, it would be interesting, but you know, like, I mean, making choices and adding some people, it would mean that I'm not adding other people. So it's always difficult, you know, to say to decide, okay, who you are actually, you know, putting into the game and so on. So I don't want to make anyone feel like omitted. So I would have to go over like 1,000 people. Jankowski, thank you so much, my friend, for the Prime. So this means you won't work on the next Witcher game. I mentioned it just a moment ago, Drelovs, that I will be, right now I am advising the team, you know, because that also applies to the Witcher 3 Next Gen update. You know, I am very much in close contact with people who are working on it, you know, for YouTubes. Every time when something is needed, you know, when they want to consult, you know, things, especially things that, you know, require like some legacy knowledge, I would say, you know, and by legacy knowledge, I mean like, you know, things that we've been doing in 2012, 2013 to discuss it. And I am doing a similar thing to a lesser extent on Polaris, you know, on the next on one of our you know, next Witcher projects, but that also happens to some extent, you know, when I'm discussing things with people from Canis Majoris, and when I'm discussing the things from people from Sirius. So it's more like this, and my focus is at least right now slightly more technical than creative for Polaris, because we have they're an amazing team there. So they don't really need it this much. However, you know, from time to time it's needed. So I really like doing this. You know, the fact that I'm involved, and I like. My goal is I really want to, like, you know, do and work for some things on the next Witcher game. And I was already actually even joking, like, with Despina and with Philip Weber. I was joking with Despina that they want to, like, you know, be like like an intern quest designer, you know, on the project that she's working on. I'll basically show up with like glasses, you know, fake nose and mustaches, you know, on the meetings, so that I can just do sit down and implement some quests and so on. So yeah, that's basically how I feel. Shraft2K asks is Miles coming with you? I think I can officially say, because I think like Miles wrote it on Twitter, answering someone's questions, that no, Miles is actually staying, and Miles is on the Polaris project as acting lead level designer right now. So that's the idea. Yes, Spell, exactly. I will be. That's my plan. Sasko Sunday Easter egg, Pinky Julian said. Oh, I'm curious what would be that Easter egg, you know, something like, you know, the chat going fucking crazy, and then the, you know, someone saying that he's not keeping up with it. Sir Smoke a Lot Deferred. Hello, Sir Smoke a Lot Deferred. Hello, nice to have you with us. At something like this, they are cultivating, they're communicating like a hive mind. The Magic wrote, sure, excellent idea. Pavo has cyberware, he doesn't sleep. I mean, of course I have cyberware. I mean, I do sleep sometimes, but that's boring. Raider asks, is Cyberpunk Orion more ambitious than 2077 was in pre-development? I mean, you guys already... where is the question about 1.7? Where is the question about 1.7? I'm so disappointed. Like, you guys have a completely new topic from what I'm seeing, you know? Now you're just... sure. It's too late. Now it's too late. Okay, yes, of course. Now it's too late. No. Bad chat. Anyway, my dears, I would be talking to, like, I can't imagine, you know, like that we are like, you know, for a few more years, just, you know, having those streams and sitting together and discussing. And you guys are asking about Orion all that time, or any other project. I'm glad. I'm really glad you guys are looking forward to it. Raider asks though if Orion is going to be ambitious. I mean, fucking hell, I'm not going to be a part of a project that is not ambitious, my friend. No fucking way. So this, I think, can be a pretty good, you know, answer. Hello all, 202 wrote, I'm an UI artist working in game dev also for a UK horror game studio. Why? Wow, you might have heard of them. Did I? Love the UI and the graphics for Cyberpunk. Such a big fan of the world you are creating. Looking forward for the new projects in the pipeline. And there were recently reviewed. I gave you a follow on Twitter. 202. Thank you so much for your comment. I am not sure to what game, what horror game studio you're referring to. Are you referring to Dead Space by any chance, my friend? I'm not sure. I mean, I would suspect there's like few, studios that are making horror games. So, but anyway, if that's the case, my friend, good luck. With your projects. Keeping my fingers crossed, my friend. Pavel, was it up to you? Would you, Pavel, if it would up to you, would you rather work on EP2 or Orion? Leru007 asks. Oh, my friend, I mean, honestly, I really don't know. I would love to give you guys more stuff, but the thing is, like, no matter if I work on, EP2 or if I work on Orion, those are always new things that you're getting, and at the end, it's not really my decision, right? Like what project the studio will be making. So I really here I can't really tell. Like I'm quite excited, to be honest, about both of them, really. Just because of the different reasons, I would say. But again, the decision was made, so not much I can say here. Boss of your stream says hello, thank you for answers about Cyberpunk, but still, what is the problem with CDPR? No DLS. No DLS. Oh, you mean no DLC? No Witcher 3 Next Gen, and they announced a Witcher 4 game. I mean, I sort of answered that question at the beginning, that those are the plans looking ahead when it comes to the DLC, so I suspect you're talking about Phantom Liberty. Well, we have just recently gave you guys the teaser of the project, so it's coming in 2023. So there were simply not much more new things to share regarding the expansion. As for Witcher 3 Next Gen update, well, I mean, it was confirmed that it's still scheduled for this year. And there's not this many months left. It's always the same thing, which is that if we are not speaking about something yet, that means that there's no update yet. My friend. But again, I think that topics have been touched, right? Like regarding the expansion, you got the teaser and a date, not precise date, obviously, but at least some kind of a date. And then when it comes to the Witcher 3 Next Gen update, you got the information. It is still this year. So I don't think that was completely omitted. And again, the presentation, the company strategy presentation was focused mostly about far-reaching plans, for the company. If you were to outsource a Witcher project, which company would you pick to develop? Sapkowski that asks. My friend, I can't tell you who's making it, but I know them quite well. A lot of awesome Witcher and Cyberpunk veterans, and it's a good fucking strong team. It's a good fucking strong team. Pavel, do you miss being ordinary quest designer? Pablo says. I mean, first of all, Pablo, I'm still quite ordinary. I'm still quite ordinary, and I'm still, a quest designer, and I still design and implement things, for expansion right now. So it's not that I don't do that. And yes, I do, but I do miss it. I mean, I'm doing it because I miss it. I'm doing it because I would love to, just do more of that. But it's like you cannot be everywhere, like I'm seeing myself more as a servant, in my role, and I'm just trying to make sure that all the, people in our studio, they have tools, you know, so that they can do this job, you know, well enough. Like there's like so many fantastic designers in the studio and talented people. So I am just, you know, I have a lot of faith in them, and also like I've seen what they can do already, you know. So my role now is more to support them and make sure they have all the tools to really shine and become amazing, you know, and really realize their full potential, I would say. And in, you know, when it comes to some of them, it is already happening, you know. So yes, Pablo, like answering your question, I do miss it, you know, but in a way, I see like a bigger goal, you know, a goal bigger than myself, you know, far reaching ahead. So that's like one part of your answer. And another part is I'm still doing that, you know, I'm still designing and implementing things and so on. Not to the same extent, you know, because like, of course, you know, each day has only 24 hours and, you know, and I can't do much more, you know, than only have those 24 hours during a day. But I'm doing my best, you know, to put all this time into the proper use, I would say. Salty Halty asks 2.0 when? Yes, Salty Halty, excellent question. Thank you. Better question, where is patch 1.69? Drelovs asks, sure. Where's GTA 6? I don't know. We heard that it's happening. Levy4007 asks about New Game Plus. I mean, my friend, we know that you guys would want it. That's as much as I can tell you at this point. That's as much as I can tell you. Like, I know you guys would love to have it. Brainy Buster wrote in Polish, "Hey Paweł, greetings from a Polish guy from Germany." Brainy Buster, thank you so much for the greetings, my thing, and thank you for being with us. It's nice. Maybe Supermassive. What is Supermassive doing right now? Is Supermassive doing some horror game right now? I actually don't remember what Supermassive is working right now on. Oh, The Devil in Me? The horror game launches fall 2022, according to Polygon. I'm not sure if this is up-to-date information, but it seems so. Devil in Me, okay. Yeah, so it might be that it's the Supermassive and you know. Anyway, my friend, good luck with your project. Fifu2 says, "Hi Paweł, I love Cyberpunk. It's one of the best experiences I had in gaming, but since ESG was announced, I'm scared that politics will influence content of the game since we have seen it happen in other media. What are your thoughts about it, and good luck with the Project Orion?" Fifi, I mean, first of all, thank you for being with us. Fifi, the thing is, like, it's not that something was announced. It's that we have spoken about it. That was, you know, those values that the company was talking about there, and Piotr Nielubowicz, those values are kind of unchanged since The Witcher 1. Like, almost, like, at least since I work here, it ever haven't been different. To be honest with you. So I think it just may look like that we announced and changed something, but it's not really the case, you know. Like right now, I guess maybe we are a bit more conscious about this as a studio, but it's not like a change of the course of the studio in any way, you know. So Fifi, like you know, we've been functioning like this since I only remember. You know, and those people in this company, this studio delivered you The Witcher 3, delivered you Cyberpunk, you know, delivered you the Witcher expansions, you know, Gwent, you know, all other things that we have done, you know, Thronebreaker, you know, the new Gwent game that was released recently, like it, you know, the Edgerunners, right? Like, this is not something that was like announced and will be happening in upcoming years by some reason. that was always like this, you know. It's more of us being certain, because it's like, it's clearly like, I would say, a right thing to do. I would say, especially when it comes to people, you know, like we want to take care of our people, of our team, because like the thing is, like, better teams you have, better care you take care of them, better projects and games we make, you know, then people really want to stay in that team. People feel better around the people, you know, that they are surrounded with. It's really, really important, you know, because that impacts creativity, that impacts the way you act, that impacts the way you are, really. So anyway, just wanted to answer your question here, because you seem really worried about this, but I really don't think there is anything to be worried about. Like, for us, the storytelling, the narrative, the value, the amazing game that we can really deliver you is the most important thing, you know. It's not politics. It's not that politics is the most important at all. Is it true that some companies leak stuff on purpose about their games, or is it a game industry myth? I mean, it is mostly a myth, Drelovs. Like, there were single situations I know from the history of this industry when things were leaked on purpose, and it was a part of a strategy and viral marketing. But that is rare, you know. Like, rarely the company wants to release, you know, half-baked, half-finished things that basically confuse the players and make them, you know, not know what the hell is happening and why, why those things were shown. Like, you can actually see in the GTA 6 leaks, you know, I was convinced from the very beginning it's not, intentional leak as some players thought, because it basically was leaked in a fashion that left so much space for confusion. It was so unclear what it is, in what kind of state it's showing the game. You know, it wasn't like depicting something, you know, in the positive light. Like, I cannot imagine any game really, any game studio leaking the things in this fashion, because like, it was leaked in a fashion that was damaging, you know, to Rockstar. Like, we saw that, I think the stock of Take-Two plummeted 500,000 in the first hours after the leak. You know, that's not something that you're doing. So it was of course not a part of marketing or any viral campaign. It was a legit leak in this case. Who made the Radovid assassination quest in The Witcher 3? Science fiction person asks. That was Anish Anthony, our quest designer. Anish was with us during Witcher 3 for some part, and then I think he moved to Ubisoft and works right now on Assassin's Creed games. I believe Anish worked on Odyssey and subsequent games in Ubisoft. I don't think he's in Ubisoft anymore. I think he moved on to some indie team, but I'm not 100% sure here. Detroit Became Human, Pavel. I've been having dreams about Cyberpunk, and honestly, I'm just so thankful this game came in my live stream. I'm hoping Judy and Pam come into the sequel to Cyberpunk. Thank you, Detroit. Become Human. I'm glad you like the game. Now that you guys have developed Cyberpunk, is it going to be easier to build next Cyberpunk project because you came across all the complications for building a dense open world? Krish Deanne asks. So like, logically speaking, it should. Not even like building the dense open world, but just simply the fact that we had, some experience with the IP, with the storytelling in this IP and so on. Cyberpunk for us was a game that had so many new elements, and some parts of Cyberpunk were like legit innovation that nobody ever done before, and some elements like for instance, first person perspective storytelling and the really highly narrative focused game in first person with a shooting mechanics, while having all those like non-linear narratives with open world with no loading screens. There was a lot of new things that Cyberpunk was doing. So I think the answer is yes, it should be easier, just because we have simply much more experience with this specific IP. Rob Max, hello, my friend. Thank you so much. Rob Max, for the Prime. Kazuliski, hello Kazuliski, great to have you with us, my friend. Jack D wrote, I'm walking the night city aimlessly for hours trying to find Lucy. Oh wow. I'm glad you liked Lucy, from Edgerunners. Guys, I also heard the question, I also saw the question, but I scrolled through it and it was eaten by the chat, and I want to touch that, about the Dutch Game Day 2022. So yes, I've been in Amsterdam last 2 days, when I met a lot of devs from different companies. I also met, some people from that are like students or people that are starting industry. I talked with them about their future. I talked with them about options, how to get into gaming industry. I also met some of older friends, from the Dutch gaming industry, which is great. I had a lecture during Dutch Game Day regarding key quest design lessons for that came from Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. I am planning to expand that talk quite a bit and be on the GDC next year with this talk as well. I hope that this is going to happen. I'll do my best to pull it off. My speech was recorded. It will be shared by the organizers on YouTube. So when it will be there, I'll most likely put it on my Twitter and just ask you, to watch if you will be in the mood and you would want to, hear me rumble about things. That lecture that I had was more focused on like developers, so it's a bit more advanced, I would say, and complex, because I really wanted to make it, valuable and worthwhile, for all the people that were there. And I also met some older friends, who are working for us or who used to work for us or who will be working for us during that trip. So that was pretty fruitful. Already, yes, and I haven't been in the same time in the game industry conference in Poznan, just because I was invited by organizers to the be in the Amsterdam, so I had to make a decision, and I was like, okay, this year I'm going to Amsterdam, and basically I'm going to be there. Maybe next year, I can be on a game industry conference. I would probably want to. Like, I know it's an awesome event. There was a lot of Reds. There was a lot of Reds who joined and who were on Gits this year. Yes, Stealthspell wrote that I believe it was Moritz Lair answering the question who did the Garrett the Prophet. Absolutely, that was Moritz. So correct, you are correct, Despina. That was Moritz. Revolver Solta, interesting question. Honestly, I don't want all CDPR games to be open worlds. I would be nice to get something smaller sometimes with a semi-open world like The Witcher 2, or a relatively linear RPG like Mass Effect Trilogy. Too many already generic open worlds are in the industry. What do you think about this? Revolver Ocelota asks. Interesting question. I mean, first of all, like I do not assume that our games will be generic in any way, so and I hope that, whatever we have done and whatever we'll be doing, moving forward, you won't have a feeling like this, Revolver, that those are generic and they do not bring up anything to the table, because like you're completely right that if a certain component of the game, in this case open world, if certain component of the game does not bring any new value to the player, then the question should be asked, is it even needed, in there. I know that the studio always had an ambition, to build the open world RPGs from very beginning, even starting from the Witcher 1 times, in a way that was a long path, to get there. And what like excites me personally when it comes to the open world is just the freedom, the fact that as a player I have this opt-in, opt-out philosophy that maybe we can talk a bit about here, which is that as a player I can decide, hey, I want to do that kind of content, or I don't want to, and I want to focus on something else. Of course, I would want to make it that every single quest, and content that we have is worthwhile and is something valuable, and player feels that their time is valued. Like what I find really exciting in open worlds is to make like a really captivating and inspiring like worlds, that you can really make that as a player you feel like really immersed. And the thing is, like, there's lots of games that made like this semi-open world approach, like let's say the Prague in last Deus Ex games, right? Like there's no traffic there, there's no crowds there, the world is very static. Those are just very small secluded areas, that you're moving through between. And again, this is some kind of an approach, but for me as a player and as a designer, like I feel it's just much harder to build this impression and a real immersion in situation when you feel that this world doesn't really exist and you're just moving between few secluded areas that are disconnected from each other. So for me, it's not really that inspiring, and it's not really that exciting when it comes to on the creative side, of things. But one thing, Revolver, I think that you're completely right in your question, is that the open world needs to have a purpose, and that's the there is this methodology in game design called design by subtraction, which is that you design something by removing elements that are not core of the experience, so that you can really focus on the experience of your game that you are trying to build on. And I think here is that, like the open world needs to be or should be like much more important, because like I think like when it comes to the Cyberpunk, you could imagine, I'm talking about Cyberpunk 2077, you could imagine this kind of story, told in a bit more linear, corridorish, close off, semi-open world fashion, and it would still work. The open world didn't really play this big of a role, and I don't think it's correct. I don't think this should be like this, the design approach should be here quite different. And the thing is that I hope, and that will be like, one of my goals really, to approach this topic and find a completely different way to do that, and I don't think it's even difficult really to make it. It's more of a matter of the focus, of the team. What do you find and what do you think is important? Blue Thunder 666, thank you, my friend, for a prime. Blue Thunder writes, Pavel, was there ever a discussion to bring one of the Edgerunners characters that survived into the game with the Edgerunners update? Blue Thunder, not really, my friend. You know, not really. Like, we wanted to... like the quest that we have built, you know, and that we have added was supposed to reference those characters, but not really bring them up, you know, in like to have them as a fully fledged characters. Also because, you know, like that would mean, of course, you know, that the new, you know, meshes, models, like complete characters have to be made, but also, you know, casting for always voice actors for all different languages and so on. That would mean that we will have to defocus from the patch that we're building from you, but also, you know, the Phantom Liberty expansion. So that's always important to remember, that if we would just add something more, then, you know, something else that we are building would have been later or would have been delayed. We would have been defocused from it and so on. So I think that's the answer, you know, to your question. Timefrag wrote, I didn't hear about new Deus Ex, now I'm hyped. I was referring to old Deus Ex games, not the oldest, but the last 2 games, my friend. I don't know about any new one. Neremind asks how important the story branches and choices be in Orion. I am not going to comment on that, my friend, because this is regarding new project. And I want to ship the Phantom Liberty for you first, and so that we can be excited about this one. The Orion is still a future. Mud Games says, hello Pavel, greetings from Rome. I would like to ask if you're planning to add more immersive interactions to the world, like drinking, eating in a bar. Mad Games 900, that is a topic that was discussed in the team, but I unfortunately have no update for you regarding this. I can't tell you anything. We definitely know that you guys would like it, and this is not something that we are like oblivious towards. Definitely the team is very much aware about the topic. Nocturne asks a game design question. How does the open world coordinate with the linear quest design when it comes to evolving character relationships? Interesting question. For example, how to keep V and Johnny's interactions in open world consistent with their current relationship status based on choices during the main quests. Well, I mean, so the way you do it, Nocturne, is to prepare, you know, a few different, I would say, stages this relationship goes through when it comes to, let's say, V and Johnny. And then as you are going through the open world and this relationship is moving forward, you're sort of like changing bunch of variables that are responsible for the stage of this relationship. This is a very advanced and I would say very complex way of going about it, because as you mentioned, the story arcs need to make sense. And you know, we as human beings, it's not that a lot of very small gestures and tiny events actually impact our relationship with people. What impacts our relationship with people are, in most cases, those really big significant events, you know, those moments when you're actually really like doing something, you know, experiencing something together. Only then you can actually see, you know, oh yeah, my relationship with a certain person actually went forward, you know, and developed in some way. So I think this is how we are always trying, you know, to I would say find a middle ground between those two things, but definitely I'm aware that these things can be done much better than how we are doing them, and then there's lots of space for improvement. Exit to the next level, road Haboops, yes, exactly, Haboops. That is Bells of Laguna Band that is playing, so not quite Haboops. Fluffy Nox asks, hey, what's the appropriate playtime length of Phantom Liberty? My friend, I can't tell you that yet. I can't tell you that. I'm sorry, Fluffy. Kamurikan asks, when will we get the thermal katana from the promo stuff? My friend, we definitely know about the topic. I was discussing it with our gameplay team, and they are very much aware about that, but no update to share. No update to share. Oh God, someone with a very difficult name. Mitka ze beschmiert. Mitka is beschmiert. Mitka beschmiert. How do you think Elden Ring influenced the open world genre and the industry? Oh, really interesting. Like, I don't even think open world, the Elden Ring impacted like open worlds itself, but it did impact like the industry in general. And there's like many different things, you know. First thing is, like, I think the Elden Ring asks a very interesting question, which is that, do the players really require as much of the how do you call it, as much of a hand-holding as we as an industry, especially AAAs, are providing the players with, you know? And Elden Ring is really like questioning, you know, all this, I would say, mainstream design, you know? So I think this is the impact that Elden Ring had, you know? It teaches and it shows that if you from the very beginning are very consistent with telegraphing to the player that you are not going to do any hand-holding, the player is going to see it, appreciate it, and understand that now the responsibility of taking care of my own experience is actually on me. That now as a player, I'm the one who has to be responsible and take care of the you know, like my experience, like the order in which I'm actually approaching the game and doing different quests and so on. So I think this is the way how Elden Ring has like, I think in the most, I would, striking way influenced the you know, the gaming industry as it is. I think we are going to see the effects of that for a long time, my friends. We are going to do that, to see it for sure, for a really long time. As you can see, I already have the game running. I would love to actually switch to playing, you know, because like, I think we are talking and talking. I think that you guys have already asked a lot of questions, you know, and I'm just checking if there's anything that we should still touch and answer if it hasn't been unanswered. Machiavelli asked another question. When Johnny bombed Arasaka Tower with a nuke, he killed like 500,000 people. But I know he wasn't alone in that quest to destroy Arasaka Tower, but I wonder why he didn't show any remorse. He ain't exactly evil, but very broken man. I think he would have shown some remorse after killing so many innocent in that operation. A very good question, Machiavelli. I mean, that was the that was a topic of discussion for us as a team for a long time, really, like how Johnny actually should be, you know, approaching that topic. And there is a mechanism, you know, that that you probably have heard about, which is called the suppression. I'm not sure if this is the proper English name. In Polish, we call it wyparcie. You know, this is the situation that, you know, this is the method that a lot of people is actually using in situations when they're coping with a lot of like trauma, denial. Okay, yeah, denial, and maybe is the word here, and. You can see that Johnny, yes, he is an asshole. He's like coping with your, with actually lots of, with like lots of different ways, you know, with the issues that he has, and you can see that he's kind of not, how do you say it, brave enough to actually face it. And then there is a bunch of different moments in the story, especially when the tapeworm is progressing, that you can see that we are sort of touching that topic, but not completely. The other thing being, you know, the moments when you are seeing the Johnny's memories. We are not sure, and again, I'm not denying or confirming anything here, but we are not sure as a player what is actually right and what is wrong from the memories that he's showing us, you know. And we know that one of the ways how the character is coping with denial is to simply try to forget about some of the events, you know. When you're actually talking, and maybe, you know, when you're studying psychology, when you're talking to the people that actually have experienced, you know, some very impactful traumas in their life, you can see that after some time, some of them, and it really depends, you know, but in some circumstances they completely deny the events from happening, that it even happened in the first place, you know. And this is a coping mechanism, of course, you know, to protect their you know, to protect their personality and who they are, really. And I believe that for Johnny it would be a very, very harsh reality to face, you know, knowing knowing the pain, I would say, that he has caused, and damage that he has caused. So I would say, Machiavelli, this is the answer. It should be the answer for your question, more or less. I think we can go here into this area with these gigs and start working. I see that you guys are hearing the game, which is great. I will be, of course, you know, looking at the chat and answering your questions still, just slightly less than I was so far. Kiros... Key Rosie 2077 says, I am in denial. My V never dies, like never. Key Rosie, I can understand this point of view. Also, isn't Johnny an unreliable narrator? Like he didn't actually set off the nuke. It was Morgan Blackhand, Toasty Burger says. Yes, Toasty Burger, you actually touched a very important point. I glanced over it a bit. So, like, my dears, you probably have heard about the unreliable narrator as a one of the I would say storytelling and narrative tools that we have in books, movies, but also in games. And unreliable narrator is actually very interesting. Is a very interesting tool, you know, to use. And I think that you know, you're not far. I would say with this question, you know, regarding the unreliable narrator, right? Because we know from different sources, of course, you know, different places, that, you know, not everything was quite the way how Johnny makes it to be. Damn, this is kind of fucking cool. How do you guys think? This jacket's fucking awesome. Okay, I'm gonna buy this. I'm just checking, you know, the what other clothing options we have. I love the item preview actually feature. This is fucking awesome. To be honest, okay, that's decent, but maybe we can find something better. Ooh, oh wow, this is so fucking cool. Damn, such an amazing fucking shoes. Damn, my chooms. Holy shit. That is cool as hell. Oh, those are even better. The yellow ones. Dang. Okay. I think I'm gonna get those, but they are like what? Level requirement 50. Okay, we are going to get level 50 soon because I'm 49. So it's not that it's like far away. I am very curious. Maybe I'll just get those two. Anyhow, let's go, my dears. Let me check really quickly the chat while I'm just managing this. Jep Just Martin asks, can I ask why T-Bug originally meant to survive as she was in the trailer after the gig? No, I don't think, like, story-wise, she wasn't ever able to survive. I mean, of course, we have been, because the way it is, like, when you work on the game, you do change the story all the time, to make, like, the best possible version of it. And there were, like, many different variants, but I don't think there was ever a variant, that she was exactly surviving. I mean, there were different variants that we've been considering, obviously, but I don't remember a scenario in which she was exactly there, present on the meeting. So basically the answer is just the trailer is just a different variant of the events. It's just for the sake of the trailer, so that the trailer can be its own coherent story that presents the story threads, and I would say the key important aspects of the lore and the world in proper, captivating, I would say inspiring, intriguing way. Mate I Silverhand asks, hello, I have 2 questions. No problem, my friend, shoot on the chat. I'm trying to answer them as they come. There's lots of them, to be honest. I'm trying to keep up. Nyakin asks about Ukrainian language in the game. My friend, yes, we've been discussing that topic in the company many times, but I don't have anything to share at this front. Unfortunately, we are absolutely aware that it would be great to have it. That's as much as I can add at this point. As Orion is a code name of your Cyberpunk project, does it mean the announced sequel can have any other name, for example, Cyberpunk 2078? And why did you name the project Orion? Camille, so basically the way how the code names are working is that you as... I'm going to buy everything. You as when you are actually picking the name, the code name, you're picking it, with the assumption that you are going to definitely need and you are going to be using at some point the like a different name, and you will come up with a proper name, for your game. So yes, the answer is, of course, I bought it all so that I can put it to my stash, so that I can have it all in the transmog. I'm going to be doing a lot of clothing nowadays, just after the transmog was added. So yes, Camille, the whole reason.
Yes, what's up?
The whole reason why it was added, to the why the codename was added, was to be sure that like we can talk about the project before the actual proper name is already like picked and announced. Yeah, we have like a shit ton of components. Ooh, what? That is an interesting fucking rifle. Damn. Jesus. Okay, but thankfully I do have enough gear on me right now, so let's leave it. Let's leave it. Okay. Oh God, I'm really trying to catch up with your questions, my chums, but it's a lot of them. So, answering Jedunio 112 asks, I'm late here today, so I have probably been asked already about the new projects, but I still want to say this, okay? If this Canis Majoris is not the Witcher 1 remake, I will riot. Just kidding, it's awesome, do your best. Your Brody Baron quest was awesome, can't wait for more from you and your fellow devs. Make Poland proud internationally, like Paderewski and Chopin did. Thank you, Jadunio. Believe me that we really want to make you guys proud, and everyone is really focused and really want to do that. Like we are right nowadays international company. Like the we have over. I will just dismantle some trash first. We have over 40 nationalities right now in our studio, and like I think 27% last time when we were checking are the foreigners. So that is a significant. Whoa! Oh yes, that issue. I've seen that happen actually quite a bit. By the way, like, because I think it happened last time to me, and yes, we have tracked it down, and we know about the problem. Okay, I'm just gonna dismantle all of those. This I'm gonna throw into the... this I don't know, don't want. No, I don't want to disassemble Overwatch. Jesus Christ, that was not bad. That was good. That there was this confirmation. I was popping up and asking me about it. But yes, going back to what you were saying, you know, like I mean, I know that the whole team really wants to make you guys. I'll keep that knife for myself for now. I know that all the team really wants you guys, you know, be proud and feel proud. You know that you've been. Always, you know, supporting us, and I am really grateful for that, and we'll do everything we can, you know, to make it really, you know, worthwhile for you, you know, and make you really like feel that it made sense, you know, to support us from the very beginning. Okay. Of course, you know, no comment regarding what specifically Canis Majori sees. I know that. You know, you guys would love to know that, but, you know, there will be a time when all of that stuff will be discussed, or is discussed, you know. Mac1 Apula wrote, I always believe in CDPR, and I still do. Love all your games. Thank you so much, Magapula. I'll really do my best. Mac Greg himself wrote, you don't need to confirm or deny, but whatever you do with Orion, keep Night City. Thanks and congrats on Boston gig. Thank you, Mr. Greg. That's nice of you to say. You almost gave me heart attack, Camille said. Heart attack about what? Oh, dismantling Orion, dismantling Overwatch, you mean? No, Camille. Good evening, Pavel. Tequila on the rocks with soda. So Tequila on the rocks with soda says, good evening, Pavel. I have an issue with gig in Badlands. It's called MIA. It's not activating, so I'm unable to complete it. Any suggestions? Thank you. My friend, if you could please take your save and send it to our customer support, and we'll take a look what's happening. This is always the best way. It should probably, it shouldn't be, of course, like this, and I hope, you know, that we know about the issue, but, you know, until you give it to us, maybe you have done, like, something very specific and so on. So it's hard to say, like, right away, but what to do, definitely... Fucking love this car. But what to do, definitely please speak to our customer support, and they will help. Love music in this game. Falkman asks, hi, are there any plans for adding more gadget slots in the future updates? Oh, interesting question. Not that I'm aware of, like, I don't think that was, like, very vastly discussed, but thank you for your comment and making me aware. I can always, like, chat with our gameplay chums and see what they are think about that idea. Doan58 wrote, keep up good work, man, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much, my friend. We didn't definitely say the last word about things we have for you, and, you know, I am very, very hyped about some things. Did you guys recover from the source code leak? Metzel17 asks. Well, I mean, you know, my friend, it depends what you mean by recovery, you know, like that was, of course, you know, leaked and stolen.
We have a gig. You need to retrieve a car. At the moment.
So I'm not really sure what exactly we could do, you know, regarding this. It happened, you know. We you know, keep looking forward and working, you know. That's I think as much as I can share about the matter. Shipless, off topic from Cyberpunk, is there ever a game that inspired you to get into game industry? I mean, when I was like 15, 14, you know, no, 15, 16, I played like Baldur's Gate 1, and it fucking like blew my mind, this game, that there is a game that has so much story and so on in it, and I started like dreaming from that point on to really maybe join in the industry, but really the game that made me like make that decision in a way was Baldur's Gate 2 and Planescape Torment. Those are the games that really impacted me a lot, you know, when it comes to actually like wanting to join the industry. So like those games like Baldur's Gate 2 specifically, but Baldur's Gate 1, Planescape Torment, they had like the biggest impact on me, and I think like this is the reason why I'm really in the industry. And of course, you know, the fact when I learned that CD Projekt obtained the rights from Andrzej Sapkowski to make a Witcher game, I was so looking forward to actually work there and make that game with them. You know, I didn't manage to work on The Witcher 1, I didn't manage to work on The Witcher 2, but then I joined during Witcher 2 Enhanced Edition, so I was able to work a bit you know, on that, and then, you know, from that point on, join and be into the project and really like contribute to the games there. So this is how it went. Radek asked actually 3 questions. Radek, oh God, you ask actually lots of different questions. I'll go through them like in a moment because those sound quite interesting. Well, let me just check and start playing this gig, and then we will be talking further about what you asked. Geek type search and recover. Upload the virus and retrieve Jake Estavez custom car, McBride Street. Okay. Why is it sometimes unwritten law in the world that every talented techie has shit poor character? Only God knows. Jake Estavez is one of such genius among techies and an asshole among shitheads. Okay. 15 minutes with the man and my barrel against his forehead, but good news is we found a way to get along. Jake's been a grease monkey for the 6th Street for about 2 weeks now. Of course, I'm not on good terms with Sixths, but I do grudgingly admire their patience. It is, after all, a virtue. Over that time, Jake's been doing a custom job on a car for them, his life's work, he says. Designed the soft for it too. Remember I said he has a shit poor character? Yeah, well, he pissed off the wrong pendejos in 6th Street and I had to Delta and never look back. Bottom line, Jake's wants his precious car back. Got the 6th auto shop, upload the virus, send you and get it back for him. Don't scratch the ride and you'll get extra. We'll both be flush after this. Okay, I mean, the problem is I'm not sure about not scratching it, lol. That might prove challenging, but you know what? Hopefully it will happen. Hopefully it will happen. Okay, I'm scrolling back, Jesus Christ, to the question that I wanted to answer. Yes, Ararik. Hey dude, got a few questions. How do you ever separate good critic from bad critic? Well, I mean, you know, the good critic is the one that when you can see that there is no agenda of someone actually critiquing you, you know, and critiquing like what you're actually doing, but when there is a legit need to, when there is a legit need to actually, you know, talk about the craft, you know, the things that has been done and point out both good things and bad things. So I think this is how you do it, you know, like lack of agenda and genuine need, you know, coming from the critique to point out shortcomings, but also to point out everything that is good, you know, because there is rarely a thing in the world that is, you know, and I'm talking about the art right now, rarely like a word of art that is only negative, that you can only say negative things about. Even when you don't like some things, you can at least appreciate something. So I think like the good critic is the one that really is like, well, you can say the word objective, you know, there's no agenda, it's objective, and it's driven by the need to really objectively and consciously point out what's good and what's not. Do you take critic from the reviews like videos and so on? Of course, Radek, that's like That's like extremely common. I've been watching lots of videos, and I know that the team as well, reading, watching, you know, looking at the forums, looking at the Reddit, you know, and all other sources, you know. So absolutely. In the 48-minute gameplay video, the hacking looked a bit more in depth, like hacking the Maelstrom Gun. Yes, I mean, it looked different because it was at this point, like, I think we even talked about it, that it's a prototype, and, you know, it was said in the video that it's a subject to change, you know, of course, you know, including that. So in this case, you know, and again, I haven't been involved into the topic too much, but I know that the people that have been, you know, judged it that it doesn't work, you know, properly or well enough in that form, and it had to be upgraded and changed, you know, to the different form. So that's always the thing. Like, there is not, that's not like the only one thing that has changed, you know. Throughout that time, we have changed shit ton of things, as you can imagine, as you probably remember. I'm just checking which gun I like. I quite like this one. I quite like this one. And then there is a question, have Red Dead Redemption 2 influenced any of your work? Interesting question. I mean, not so much, because like when it comes to the character building, character development and so on, that's something that we've been doing for many years in our previous games, you know, way before the Red Dead Redemption really came out. So I cannot really say that it did. When it comes to the quest design, well, the quest design in Red Dead Redemption is a bit old-fashioned. I would say, you know, the fact that, you know, you walk away from the path and it instantly fails. So, of course, you know, like I found the quest design in Red Dead a bit too old-fashioned for my liking, so it didn't really influence my work on that front. But of course, you know, as developers, we are very much aware of Red Dead Redemption as a game. It had garnered a lot of positive opinions from various players. I have to admit that I haven't been playing the Red Dead too much. I played around 10 hours and didn't manage to continue. There were some things and some design choices that were really difficult for me to actually, you know, how to say it, accept, I would call it. So because of that, I wasn't like too drawn into the Red Dead, but I am completely aware that the game is great. Like as I said, like in the 10 hours that I have played, I enjoyed those 10 hours, but there were definitely things that I didn't, unfortunately, you know. Especially when it comes to the, like, you know, the my area, you know, so the quest design specifically. So that's the situation. So I cannot say that it did influence my work specifically. However, I know that a lot of the designers in the team actually really love Red Dead 2. Really got inspired by this. Specifically, I'm here talking about the cinematic designers. I think like. If anywhere, then like I think cinematic value of the Red Dead Redemption 2 is very high, and I know that a lot of the designers from the team, like for instance Kajtek Kapuściński, our lead cinematic designer, who's right now on the Polaris project, or Michał Brzeźniak, one of our cinematic designers, I know they are huge fans of the Red Dead 2. So. You know, the fact that it didn't influence like my work specifically does not mean that it didn't influence us in general. I am very much aware, and I really enjoyed like in the first 10 hours the storytelling specifically in this game. Is the timeline of the next game where does the next expansion take place, after the end or during the main story, in between? Too Deadly asks. My friend, no comment regarding this yet. Okay, not talking about it. I'm sorry, this is too early. iForcel subbed. Thank you so much for the sub, my friend. He lost his head. Yes, absolutely. Jinx asks, what about the possibility of changing patch 1.7 to 77? Very cool idea. Very cool idea. Mati Silverhand asks, hey man, I have a few questions for you. What do you at CDPR, game design tester? What do you do? Oh, and is it true that the mission in the game are named after songs? Mate I Silverhand. So a few things. I am a quest director, so my role is to direct quests, open world and cinematic departments. So what I do, I hire for this department, I train people, I work with my leads, then I make sure that the designs of the content that we're putting into the game, the narrative content is good enough. So we design the story together with our story team, and my departments work on that stories, on that scenarios for requests for open world content. I review that, and then after my team start implementing it, I review the implemented version and play it together with them and discuss and try to make sure that they understand what quality we are looking for. And I also design things myself and implement them. So that's basically made Silverhand what I'm doing mainly. There are some other things, but let's keep it. And then you are also asking if the quests are named after the songs. Yes, they are. I talked about in the previous streams a bit that because Johnny Silverhand is the one that is actually writing your journal, and like when you go to the journal in the quests and so on, you see that those were written by Johnny. That's why the song titles are we thought are appropriate to pick here. And in most cases, we went with like pretty old-fashioned songs, you know, that Johnny would like himself. That was one of the factors. Another factor is we wanted to pick songs that have this like old-fashioned garage feeling to them, but not always. We haven't been completely consistent with that. Also to just assure that the game has different variety, but at least we wanted to give the songs the names use the song names that at least Johnny Silverhand would appreciate, you know. What's your favorite interior location in the game? Risef asks, I think it must be Kerry Eurodyne's villa. I think that would be my favorite. Because it has this like, it's very rich, you know, because it's neo-kitsch, right? It's very rich, it's this wood combined with the golden finish. But in the same time, you know, you can see that Kerry like didn't give a shit, you know, and didn't treat well the place, you know. It's it's partially wrecked, you know. So I think that I think this is why. Sphere Hunter wrote, yes, Sphere Hunter, you're right. Sphere Hunter wrote, oh wow, so that's why in the chapter 1 the quest names are more generically titled. Then you get Johnny and you become classic songs. That's an amazing detail. Yes, Sphere Hunter, exactly. Like at the prologue, your narrator is Jackie, and Jackie was naming them, and Jackie is the one that wrote everything, and everything is written from his perspective. You can maybe recognize it from the idiolect of the wording, specific wording that Jack is using in that descriptions, while, you know, afterwards is all Johnny. Ramirez asks, hi Pavel, would it be possible to add a separate Dodge keybind on PC? At the moment I have to edit the INI files after every patch, which is not ideal. Oh Jesus, Ramirez, you're a badass by editing those. Well, I mean, I think our gameplay team is aware, you know, of that factor, but I will chat with them about the topic. I don't know, but I think they are aware. Is clothing vendor in patch 1.6 changed? I try finding few clothes I like, but I can't find them anymore. VP Valentinus, oh god, I mean, VP Valentinus, I don't know, we've been doing so many changes, you know, for 1.6. This patch was really massive, you know. A lot of things haven't been included on the patch notes, just so that you can have fun finding them, but also a lot of it was just like background stuff and so on in the game. And I am quite sure we've been doing changes to vendors, you know, when it comes to clothing, but it shouldn't be that you can't find stuff. It should be now that it's easier to find stuff. Guadalupe, thank you so much, my friend, for gifting a sub to Laupel. Thank you so much. It's really appreciated. You guys are the best. Okay, chums. I think that it's time to move on and really play the quest at least a bit, you know, at least a bit. Archived conversation between Dolores and Jacques. Okay, let's check it. I'd never do something like that, babe. Mwah. You know what will happen if I found out you're lying? Jake isn't even my type. Sweetie, I promise you. Who even told you that bullshit? Doesn't matter. Dolores. Don't play with me, girl, or this is when you end well, got it? Of course, baby, I love you. Triple A's voice acting, female voice acting. Thank you so much. That's you know, Triple A voice acting is definitely what I like. I'm so fucking boosted. Seriously. Wow, the hell? Wow. Okay, I'm literally dying here. I am literally dying here.
Barely breathing. Give her all you got.
This dude.
Watch the frag.
What the hell? Die. What a bad person. I had to literally smack him in the face. I had to literally smack him in the face. LPP Prince wrote, you caused me physical pain. Why would you do this? Oh, I'm so sorry. Get him a voice roll, 012V wrote. Oh, I mean, thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. You're so nice to me. You know, the wall. What's this? Oh, yes, this is about the wall in Southern California. I remember now. Okay, so this is one of the global books, so I'm not checking it right now, at least. We could make like one stream when I just sit down and like read books from Cyberpunk. Okay, chums. Ooh. Okay. Thornton Owner's Manual, that's the one that we have also read already. Do you do your pro voice acting when doing the quest reviews too? No. No. Science fiction person asks, are you not worried that Witcher will get milked? I mean, it is, of course, you know, a very, how'd you say it? Very important thing to remember and guard it, you know, with our fucking life, that it doesn't happen, you know, like this. The thing is, like, I know what we are doing and what teams are working on it, and I don't think so, you know, like, because by milking you mean like that, you know, that would be something that happens in situation when, you know, like, we are providing you with like lots of trash, you know, and nothing of a quality, and those games are not, you know, worth your time, I would say. But in scenario when each of them actually is well designed, well implemented, is a lot of fun, and it's just more, how to say it, incredible, I would say, adventures from your favorite IP, I don't think that's the case, you know. It's just a matter, it's a matter of, you know, how we are going to tackle that. And you know, like, I assume that everyone involved will be, you know, doing their absolute best, you know, to deliver you like banging new games. And you know, I know a lot of people who are working on those projects. Some of them more, some of them a bit less. But you know, like, you can expect, you know, from those projects our trademark quality, you know. And I can't imagine them being like just you know, some weak, you know, projects and so on. I cannot, like, I don't think anyone in the studio would accept that, you know. So I don't think that there are reasons to be worried. you know. I don't think there are reasons to be worried, if I'm honest. How I'm supposed to drive away? That's interesting. Another bathroom, my friends. Excellent. Okay, let's just fucking get into that car. Deliver a vehicle to Jake Estavez. There's literally a huge hole in the front of me. How I'm supposed to drive? Can I like pass fucking on the side? Somehow? I hope I can. Okay, I managed to. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's deliver that vehicle. Mr. Chanel 44, thank you so much, my friend, for the prime. I really appreciate it. Dams 1080p asks, is the FF06 B5 actually solvable in this patch? Oh, my friend, I can't tell you. I can't tell you that, you know, like as I mentioned regarding FF06 B5, this is one of those secrets that you guys need to how do you say it? It is your decision when and how do you want to solve it, and you know, what is it and what you can do about it, okay? I am not going to point you out towards anything, because like the thing is, like, you guys put a lot of time into it, and I do not want to. This is a bit confusing. Where I'm supposed to drive this car? I don't want to mislead you, you know, with whatever I'm saying, you know, regarding the regarding the game. Okay. Woohoo! Cool garage, my friend. That was one quick gig, I think. That's Jake Estavez.
You really saved my ass.
Oh yeah.
Can't thank you enough.
Hello, Mr. Estavez. That's nice. Nice to meet you. FF06 B5 is already solved. Interesting. I didn't see it. I need to check Reddit where I can find the solution / recording and everything from it, you know. Because I don't know. I've never seen it. I didn't see anything. Okay, let's talk to Jake Estavez. What now? You're gonna sell this ride?
What about the ride? You gonna fence it?
Well, I have to sooner or later. Know a guy in Sacramento, a collector? He'll set me up for life. Oh, but for now, I'm taking her with me. Spruce her up a little more.
Okay.
Wouldn't stick around too long if I were you. 6th Street are gonna be searching high and low for this beauty.
I'm leaving town today. It's like Uncle Estavez always said. If you gotta choose between your ride and saving someone else's ass, always choose the ride. At least you know that a ride's never gonna betray you. People, on the other hand.
Thanks, Jake. I appreciate it. Cool. Okay. Jake's enjoying his car. I hope Padre's gonna call us soon. Does Judy has anything to do with cyberpsychosis? Not that I'm aware of.
The car has reached its owner. Now the money will reach you.
Oh, thank you.
Good deeds are always repaid in kind. Closing the contract. Until next time.
Thank you, Padre. That is very nice of you, my friend. Hello, Pavel. Takaro wrote. Hello, Takaro. Nice to have you with us. Yeah, this guy is definitely related to the twins. Yeah, he is. He looked like a third twin, you know, third forgotten twin, for sure. That's interesting, guys. It was literally what I thought when I saw him. I was like, oh yeah. I recognize this guy. Let me get a car. Maybe this time around we'll be driving something else. What do you guys feel? What are we never driving around? And we could. This Type 66 is quite similar to Javelina, maybe something completely different. Let's see. 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 The hell, nah, this I'm not really in the mood for. Maybe let's just get this Colby. We never really use the Colby. Hello, Chum. Let's get in. Ooh. Interesting car. Don't even remember from where the hell I have this Colby. Okay, well. You arrived to Boston, Tekaru? No, not yet, Tekaru. First, I need to make sure that Phantom Liberty is released, and then we'll talk. You know. Kilgito, thank you so much, my friend, for gifting a sub to Krushvitz. I think Basha's happy that she can use the emotes now. You love the Kusanagi bike? Yeah, it's fucking cool. I agree. Jesus, this fucking city is so rad. Holy shit. Will you miss Poland? Probably. I will probably miss Poland more than I would expect. You know, I expect that I'm going to miss it more than I think.
More specifically, need you to swipe Kerry Uradine's guitar.
Oh! Kerry's guitar!
High. More until it touched. I'll be waiting.
Thank you, Padre. I appreciate it. Well, Kerry's guitar, such a cool gig, this one. Yeah. Best gig in the game? Oh, really? Okay, I'm glad you guys like it. You will miss Polish food abroad, that's for sure. Samaritan. Hey, I mean, maybe you guys could, send me some Polish sausage from time to time. You know, I think like the Polish food is something I miss the most when I'm like in foreign countries. To be honest, like it's nice to actually like try, other food and other stuff, and I'm always all for it. Yeah, pierogi, exactly. I'm all for it, but like the Polish food is actually, it will always, taste very different, than in other, than everywhere else. Yeah, Boston has a Polish food shops. Yes, it does actually. Boston has a pretty big Polish community. There are whole like Polish streets and Polish shops. So, Machiavelli wrote, I eat kebab every day, all day. Yeah, I mean, for those who don't know, like Machiavelli's of course Turkish, so that's why he's doing all of those kebab jokes on the chat, my friends. Pavel, you have to read the fan fiction short in this quest. Krushvitz asks. Okay, sure, I'm going to. Why not? Shame that we cannot mention the guitar to Kerry. Yes, I know, Camille. Actually, I've been remember when we were designing those things, we were actually even like discussing it, with the open world team to really make it happen like that. But I don't really remember like what happened, but we didn't pull it off, at the end. Okay then, Illusior, thank you so much, Illusi, for gifting us up to Krochek 9. I think Krochek is happy. Could you please show us your loadout and gear? Absolutely. So that's basically how I look like. I have one like wardrobe set. That is it. I love this jacket, the luminescent punk jacket, and those trousers, dark sapphire thermofabric rocket pants, with these high heel shoes, as you can see them here. And when it comes to guns, I'm using mostly Comrade's hammer. And for now, I'm just testing the mocks and testing a bit of a hypercritical. However, like the guns that I was using the most is, of course, the Overwatch, because it just does more damage and it's just bonkers. And I was using the 05. It's really, really good fucking gun. But the problem with 05 is that after 1.6, it now requires 20 body. And I right now have, as you can see, 17 body. So that is not you know, good. As you can imagine, I probably, I'm wrong with that. No, I'm not wrong. 05 requires body 20, you know. Yeah, and of course, you know, exactly. I have Comrade's Hammer, so I fucking one-shot everything, as Chums on the chat already said. Those things I think we can dismantle. Those things we can do here. I'm gonna throw them, I think. Oh, by the way, I think what we can try is actually use this one, because like this is the this is one of the new guns. It's actually very cool. It's actually really cool. Yes. Okay, I think my chums that we are sort of ready to go. I'm just thinking, like, is there anything I wanted to do? But no, not really. Not really. Okay, I will only pack the shit to my car just to get drop. Yeah, Overwatch I keep. This I keep. Hypercritical I will keep. The Pulsar, the Mox, those are I kept. This one. Okay, I can try to keep this one. Yeah, the rest. Okay, I can just always throw it to the stash. Whatever. Okay. Okay, my dears, let's go. Oh, Cogito, thank you so much, my friend, for gifting the subs. Cogito, you're the best. Thank you so much, Cogito. You're such a boss. Cogito gifted like so many subs throughout the you know, year and a half when I'm streaming. Thank you so much, Cogito. Later on down says, hi from France, so amazed to meet you here. Is that a question? Will we have any chance to get our saves games synced with Steam or others? And second question, will you port your games on platforms they are not available on for now? Keep the so good game you all make alive forever. Thanks. So first of all, my friend, thank you for being here. When it comes to the Stadia, we know about the problem, like the there's actually a lot of games that have been affected by this problem, and the discussions are happening, you know, like what in what way, you know, we could help our players with that. But I have no update to share right now and can't promise really anything. It's very much also like, you know, related or relying on what exactly Google wants to do about it. You know, this is somewhat an ongoing and this being the topic that is being discussed. So we know about the problem. And a second question was about porting the game on the platforms. It's not. I mean, what platforms you have in mind? Because we are on Steam, Steam Deck, GeForce Now, Stadia still. All the previous gen consoles, current gen consoles, PCs. What platforms we are not at this point? Epic Game Store, GOG. I'm not sure. Is there a platform? Like, it's not on Linux, right? Like, I think if you think about Linux, yes. So, but I don't think Linux is a big market enough really to have the, you know, the game being ported for it. But honestly, I have so little knowledge about the topic. There's very little games on Linux, honestly. So I don't really know. So I'm not really actually completely sure. Yeah, and Steam Deck is Linux. Yeah, as you said, exactly. Oh, Nintendo. Oh, right. Okay, I didn't think you were guys asking about like Switch and stuff. I mean, well, you know, Cyberpunk might be. Let me look at the game. I am feeling it might be slightly demanding to turn it on Switch. Just a bit. Okay, my dears, let's go. Pedro Lopez 317. Pedro Lopez. Mr. Pavel Sasko, was the change to EU5 budgetary or technical? Nah, it wasn't budgetary, of course. Was the Red engine not able to achieve next-gen games like games? I mean, look at Cyberpunk, right? Like, this engine is completely capable to achieve it, right? It's just have in mind that to really make like next-gen games and, you know, keep on doing, because we want to do like the best fucking things in the industry, right? Like, we want to make games that push the boundaries, that every time when our game is released, there's a lot of players that are waiting for it, and a lot of players that can trust us that we will be the guys who are actually, you know, pushing the things forward. And to do that, you know, like, you need to have incredibly big engine team, you know, who can actually keep on working on that and so on. And this brings up a lot of challenges, you know, when you want to work in the same time on the game and on the engine, you know. So not me, but other people, you know, who did the examination of the matter. I was, of course, you know, consulted of that regarding the narrative specifically. Made a decision it would be better to start like this partnership, you know, with Epic. So that's the answer, my friend. It's to make much better games for you, chums. You know, that's the goal. That's the goal.
Hey, what's on the racket upstairs? I passed by a second ago, eardrums almost burst. What, some kind of party?
He wishes. That slates you. Guy's obsessed with just one shitty band. Like, plays it non-stop, full blast. I mean, even when he isn't here. You know what's the worst, though? When he comes down and starts...
Is he talking about Samurai?
Silverhand this, Eurodyne that, for hours on end, literally. I'm telling you, this guy's got a problem. He knows the lyrics to every song, every release date of every album,
Every concert. Unbelievable. I can't wait for the day he drops dead.
Hideo Kojima appears in the game in the last mission with Jackie, so was he actually in the mocap studio? Oh, I don't know actually if Hideo Kojima was in the mocap studio. I mean, maybe we've been showing it to him and so on, but I'm not sure, to be completely honest, my friend, when it comes to that. Like the mocap specifically. I wouldn't think so, to be completely honest. It would be like a huge endeavor to just... you know, get him into the suit and whole session to just record like pretty much one pose and some gestures, you know. So I don't think so. Okay, we are supposed to get to the apartments. Did you get nervous when Kojima came to your desk in that photo? I would be. I mean, I was happy, you know, I was happy to see him, and not only Hideo, but also like whole his crew, right? Because he was there with like 10 to 15 other people. So I was really happy to meet him and, you know, his like best people basically who are like, you know, always working with him. So I was actually very happy to just like in general meet them. I mean, I haven't been too nervous, to be honest. Like I was way too simple. I have met like a bit of a famous people in my life already, so not that I'm bragging or anything. It's not about that. It's just that, you know, I was more focused on the fact that, you know, I'm just meeting someone who is, you know, very influential, very talented, important. So I was just happy about that. I'm much less focused on the fact that I'm nervous, you know. Okay.
Can't have bad luck all the time.
Save you some time. It's none of these.
How do you know?
'Cause say what you will about Kerry, but he knew guitars. And these are all hot trash.
Okay. Okay, Johnny, thanks, I guess. Oh, interesting. So, Sandwitcher wrote that, Pavel, I would love to see a collaboration between you and Brandon Sanderson. Interesting. Something amazing could come out of it. Brandon said he would love to work with you guys. Huh. Interesting. I mean, like, you know, of course, you know, those decisions are not, you know, like made primarily by me, but I had no idea that that Brandon said that he would want to work with us. Huh. I mean, well, you know, who knows what happens in the future. But I'm glad to hear. That's very nice to know. Very nice to know, my friend. Jesus, this chat is some madness sometimes, my friends, you know. Why did the boxing matches end up being the most difficult quest line, especially on the hard and very hard difficulty? Sledu asks. Oh, I don't know, my friend. I'm playing on very hard, by the way, right now. And you know what? Like, I try to, like, where the hell is that quest? Here, right? Beat on the brat, sit in your corner, right? Like, I'm supposed to finish, like, face my final opponent. And I did that, like, multiple approaches and tried it, and I still didn't manage to beat him. So right now,
well.
Piss poor acoustics, that place. Lighting came a close second. Grub was the worst. Of course, the chicks made up for that. Best pussy I ever ate.
Johnny, this is the family-friendly stream. What are you talking about, you know? Like, Johnny literally ate a cat. This is really weird. Seriously, have no idea what is he talking about. Very interesting gig. Let's steal their taco.
Well, of course.
Well, I have to appreciate the man's taste in both music and liquor. But what I don't get, I mean, why the fixation on Kerry?
Yeah. Okay. Pavel, did you get the inevitable question about FF06B5? Vari Samatra asks. Well, I mean, my friend, of course I did. Of course I did, and I said, my friend, the same as always, which is like, I don't want to direct you guys or misguide you in any way by hinting something or not hinting something. Therefore, I'm not going to be saying much, okay?
Stand here. The sun is down, but I hope you're still up. Is it a mirage? A hologram? No, my friends. It's clear, open skies. But
Okay,
don't take it from me.
an omelette of passion, that is the one that you guys want me to read? I suspect so. But why 10 full glasses of it? Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. It's a good question, you know? Are we going to read it? Yeah? Okay. Okay. I mean, I am quite hyped. I am quite fucking hyped. So let's check this out. Let's check this out. Fanfiction, an omelette of passion. Hey y'all, I got a little story I hope you like. I wrote it after I watched the final Samurai concert and just could not resist sharing anymore. Jory forever. Okay. Johnny was sitting on a windstill, sipping hot cocoa and gazing out at the sun was beginning to go down. He loved his time of the day because the red in the sky made him think about the bomb that he would bring down the corpus system, and because it reminded him of how fleeting life is. Then all of a sudden, the smell of bacon snapped him out of these deep thoughts. He threw his mug and swore, cause it was definitely that bitch Alt who was trying to impress him with the breakfast again. Johnny flipped back his oil black hair and groaned. He thought, this stupid girl won't leave me alone. Even though he was brooding and clenching his square jaw in the anger, he still put on his dog tags and a little makeup to go downstairs for breakfast. Then, when he got to the kitchen, he was stunned. It wasn't Alt. It was Kerry Eurodyne. "What are you doing here?" he asked in total shock and wiped a lock of thick black hair from his eyes. Kerry stood there with a frying pan in his hand with a surprised look at Johnny's outburst. "I'm making you eggs," he said, and his face turned bright red like a pepperoni. Then a second later, those two rocker studs both noticed the smoky smell of burning bacon. Kerry's deep brown eyes turned to the nano burner and he tried to turn it off, but then he accidentally turned it up even higher and the whole nano stove burst into flames. "Wow," Johnny calmly thought, looking at his chum, panicking and trying to put out the fire. "How is this Kalatsi gong even in my band?" But before he could make fun of him or laugh or anything, Johnny heard a loud crash and a mysterious figure landed really close to him. It was Toshiro, the famous Arasaka corpo thug. "It is over for you, Silverhand," said the Japanese agent with an evil smile, and he fried at the silver-armed and he fired at the silver-armed legend. "No," Johnny thought to himself. "It can't end this way. There are still corpses I have to destroy. I have so much left to do. I have to tell Kerry that I love him." Yes, it was when he was spitting up blood on the floor and flexing his sweaty biceps and abs in pain that the raven-haired rocker boy realized he loved Kerry, even if he was terrible at making breakfast. But there wasn't any more time to tell him how he felt. He couldn't move or talk, the pain was so bad. And then, darkness. But then with the last of his strengths, he saw Kerry kneel down next to him and slit his wrist with a steak knife. "What are you doing?" Johnny asked in horrible pain. "Shut up and drink, you ladhead. I'm saving your ass. I'm a half demon, half angel, and my blood holds the power of eternal life. I already killed Toshiro with a single strike of my other demon power that I've always used to crush corpus scum." "You crazy son of a bitch, Eurodyne," he said, half-conscious, as he tasted the metallic taste of blood and looked deeply into Kerry's almond eyes. "Kerry, listen. I love you. You dumb fool." Then Johnny passed out, and a sweaty lock of jet black hair fell across his face. "I know," Kerry said and smiled with a tear in his eyes. And because he felt the same way, he put his lips on Johnny's and kissed him warmly and softly, the tear falling on his cheek. Then he smiled, breathed deeply and slowly, and whispered in Johnny's ear, "And now we will always be together." Lily Silverhand, 2021. This is why I hate fanfictions. Oh, really? I mean, it was pretty fucking good. Which one of you is Lily? Yeah, exactly. Which one of you is Lily? Which one is Lily Silverhand? Who's the Lily in the chat? Thank you, Pavel. Oh, yes, no problem.
Better look around.
Weird. Don't remember this one.
Must be all that vodka you sponged up over the years.
Let's get one thing straight. I never touched vodka. Bourbon, whiskey, and tequila. That was my crowd.
Okay. Samurai. 20th of April, 2001. Or 7. I think it's 7, not 1. Yes. Okay, my chums, I'm just checking if there are any interesting clues here. Not really. Vodka's overrated. I mean, I agree that alcohol in general is quite overrated. Okay, my dears, this is... enemies have been alerted. Damn, that's a cool fucking gun. I quite like it. Let me actually check. Huh? Can I craft the higher level of this? Can I? Because I already know I can't. Because it's not iconic, right? Is it? No, it's not. It's just a. It is just an epic. Okay, so let me actually go to upgrades and let's see what we can do here. Okay, upgrade it. Do I have any upgrades for my dear guns? I do. That's nice. Okay. This is blocked. Let's upgrade my 05. Even though I can't use it right now. That's cool. It's time to upgrade my gear, my dears. Are there any crafting specs for the new guns in 1.6? I'm actually not sure, to be completely honest with you, because some of the things that are iconic, they should be coming up with the crafting recipes, but I'm not 100% sure. What was exactly added on that front in 1.6? You know. Okay, cool. Think that is what I wanted to upgrade. I have everything already. So let's go to... yes, I think what we need... Yeah, those are crunches. I think that it's time to craft 2 crunches first. Where are we at it? Oh, yes. Penetrator, pacifier, crunches. Yes, exactly. Time to upgrade. Time to do... I think I can do 2 for the pacifier. For the sake. Yes. Okay. Senko. Alex. Okay. Let's just have some fun with this gun, because why not? It's quite awesome. What the heck was that? Can you tell us if Phantom Liberty will be fully integrated into base game and story, or will be separate mode? Oh, my friend, I can't talk to you about stuff like that yet, you know. As you can imagine, like, it's about future content, my friend. This gun's pretty cool. It doesn't do much damage, though. But such a satisfying fucking gun. Wow.
Neutralize her. Have this.
Jesus Christ. I am literally dying here if it goes like this. Oh shit. Gun is cool, but it doesn't do enough damage. Where the hell is that second guy? Oh, here.
Regroup and refocus.
Okay, my dears, we have managed to survive somehow, somewhat. This gun is so fucking awesome. That sounds like an alarm to me. That's not good. I mean, sort of. Okay, let's go.
Huh. never forget this. Line was longer than from here to Plymouth Rock. After party lasted 2 nights straight.
And ended in the drunk tank?
Sure, Johnny. Nate Wind 2020 asks, is there going to be multiplayer option in Cyberpunk? I mean, my friend, no comment about the future content. But thank you for being here with us. I appreciate that you came over.
Hey, look here. Dude made a shrine to the band. Well, half shrine, half vault, more like. Has a numeric keypad. So code's a string of digits. Man, I don't know. Maybe 69, 69, 69?
Thanks, Johnny, for help. Thanks, Johnny, for help. I really appreciate your insight, as always. This is such a fucking cool location. We got the guitar, my dears. This is so awesome. I love when in open world we are actually able to, like, you know, visit things that are important for, like, you know, the main story content and so on. This is so awesome. Johnny's pants, huh? Yes, finally. Finally got the Johnny's pants.
Oh, interesting.
Fuck, Kerry's an old geezer now. When was this still taken?
Not long ago. Look, the date.
The date. That's it, the fucking code to the safe room. Hooey, see that? Still got it.
Sure. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm glad, but yeah, years taken 2065. Okay, well, you know. How big Phantom Liberty is going to be? Oh, my friend. No comments about this. This is made out of iron. Oh no, that's just stone. My friend, I can't talk about that kind of stuff, you know, at this point. You know, there will be a time when we'll be talking about you know, the expansion, the size of it, and everything. You know, we need to make it, you know, for you chums. Let me see basically the messages. So, Mega Medicine Lottery, I believe this is one of the how'd you call it? Spam emails that we have already seen. Gaston Sladen is writing to Ovid Plastic Surgeon. Okay, Gaston, let's see basically when we'll let's see what we are going to see. 1 hour of gameplay at least. Voitas wrote. Yeah, sure, Voitas. Falseman asks one more question. Is the perk Datamine Virtuoso going to be fixed anytime soon? It's the one giving 100% drop chance on Legendary from access points, and it's bugged at the moment. Oh, Jesus. Falkman, could you please, like, send information about it to our customer support? Just this information, if this is really the case. Like, I would really want to make sure that actually this thing is taken care of properly. The Spina Road Wow, what do you mean the Spina? Oh, by that it will have at least hour of gameplay. Yeah. Kayonceti 57. I love the game. First installed it in the illegal way, then went player, then I bought it on Steam because it deserves my money. Great job, really good game. Best 60 euros I've ever used. I'm really glad you think so, my friend. Especially that when you have the game, you get all of those free updates from us all the time. So I think it kind of makes sense. Thank you for playing. Polaroid asks, does anyone know if Songbird is a tabletop character or CDPR original? I have no comment about this. The Spina, you mean the email? What is the email? Okay, let's check. Gaston Sladen to the Ovic Plastin Surgeons. Hello, I'd like to undergo a procedure that would make my face resemble that of Kerry Eurodyne. Money is not an issue. What are your available dates? Oh yeah, actual Psychofan. Unfortunately, such a procedure will not be possible. Mr. Eurodyne's biometric data is copyrighted. In addition, His legal counsel has an agreement with the NCPD to monitor CCTV for unauthorized facial replications. We recommend our collection of open source faces that you can find on our website. Ovid Plastic Surgeons. Oh wow, that's a very, very cool like piece of lore. Complaints. Administrations complain. There, Mr. Slayton. We have received more complaints about loud music blaring carelessly from your unit. We politely request that you comply with the building's noise curfew. Sincerely, Marcus Hart, PNK Housing Association. Cool. Okay, I already have the guitar. I am here. And let me actually check if there's anything that I didn't find. Oh yeah, that's bathroom. Nice. We look good in this. Don Cedo asks, hey Pavel, one question. Do you think platforms like PlayStation and Xbox should incorporate some sort of bug report system where a player can send directly to the devs a bug they found? It's actually a very cool idea, you know, if that would be the case, but that would be something that, you know, Sony, Microsoft, like console manufacturers need to implement on their side, you know. But definitely that would be very, very awesome. I agree with you, my friend. I agree with you, my friend. It would be very helpful, you know, for like lots of the games, you know, lots of game developers. Okay, I think we have explored this whole fucking place here, didn't we? I think we did. So I think we are able to just like run away. Oh, okay, Padre. Be careful, security in the lobby. Go through the basement. My netrunner will get you access to the floor. I am totally fine, Padre. You don't have to be worried, but it's nice of you that you're thinking like this. Oh, I can actually like run away to the roof. I can.
Enemy contact! I'm engaged! Come on! Not here to battle!
I'm just trying the roof gank. Yes, exactly.
Frag out!
Oh shit. Fuck.
Shit! I'm out of ammo! Come on! I'll make this quick for you!
Wow, the reload time of this gun. Yeah, I'm shooting the fucking shotgun from like far away, so it's not really. Woo.
Fucking hell!
Woo. Oh shit, that was not good. That was not them to hold the guitar like that. Oh, guitar. I mean, Bwahaha Galaxy Road. Well, I mean, seriously, that was a bit busted. You know what I did. Anyhow, think we have everything here. Let's go to the roof and you know, show them what I'm made of. You motherfuckers, come over here.
She attacked me!
Jesus Christ.
I'm too young to die.
I'm too young to die. That is very interesting. Yeah, this Psychofan has like a better security than Arasaka. Oh shit. That AV arrived? What is happening here? Like, this guy has some serious fucking security.
To die.
Jesus. Pavel used the rocket launcher? Okay, sure. Thanks. Okay. Is that AV fucking going to kill me or like drop more people? Okay, I guess it won't. I guess it won't. Can I loot you, my friend? Wow, okay. That's very interesting. Oh, a poor guy is hiding here. And I just came on blasting. Dahliath the monkey is raiding with 84 people. Let me read your nickname properly. Jesus. Dahlia the monkey. Dahlia, nice to see you, my friend. And great to have you, all the raiders. I'm really, really happy. We are playing some Cyberpunk, my chums, as you can see. I just stolen the guitar of Kerry Eurodyne, and I'm trying to escape with my life. But it seems that we are just going to go through the lobby. We are doing some of the open world content and talking about game design and life. Yes, Padre, I know that the security is there, god damn it. Should I go to basement? No, I should go to lobby. Dahlia the monkey, great to have you with us, my friend. Thank you so much for the raid. We are hoping to get with our life outside with that fucking guitar, you know, because they are, you know, they're trying to kill me. Oh shit. Oh shit. There is like... Okay, chums.
Take their position. Close the flank.
Okay, no worries, no worries. I'm taking the position. Oh shit. Jesus. I have punished you! What a nasty person. Jeez. Okay, well, my chums, that would be it, you know. Go check basement. I will go and check basement in a moment. I suspect there will be some sweet loot there. I just wanted to check the main lobby. Sadly that I had to kill those poor people. But they were not accepting the fact that I'm leaving the room. Okay, when it comes to basement, I think there was an option to go there via... Exactly. Hey Pavel, how's your video setting configuration of the game, and is there a command to check your PC specs? If you will go to my about page on the Twitch, you can see all my specs. You know what I have, but I have basically 2080 Ti, and when it comes to settings, I'm literally on. I have everything on Psycho. That's basically what settings I have. There's like nothing really. There's nothing really specific here. You can see here I have custom, but basically it's because I have switched everything. I have turned off motion blur. Everything is on high, including like space, screen space reflections. I have this on Psycho, and the only I think maybe interesting thing is that DLSS I have on Auto. And when it comes to video, not much here really. And that's it, pretty much. Everything in the as high it can be. And we're, you know, it's working really well, I have to say, when it comes to performance and stuff. And it's looking pretty decently. Captain Sukmiov wrote, I've just read description of Weebu Katana, it hits a sore spot, Pavo. I'm glad it does, you know, that's always the objective, you know, we always want to make you guys feel things. Okay, so I have fucking went from here. Is that... Okay, I arrived from here, correct. So I'm going here, okay, that's nice. Where's the exit? Okay, I guess this is the exit. This is the exit. Is there anything more here that I can check? No, it's the door. Any interesting hidden story for me to check? Not really. Nope, not much more here. Okay, then. So, I think we are leaving through that door. Greetings from Winnipeg, Canada. Okay. Trontonian. Just wanted to say thanks for the game and as I'm finishing playthrough number 5, I'm still finding new things and new ways to complete quests. Looking forward to the expansion and sequel. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm glad, that you guys are playing many different times because, only then it actually makes sense to, make all of those different paths for you and so on. Deposit the guitar. Okay. Interesting meeting. Do you guys remember this Spider-Man meme? I think this is the Easter egg from that Spider-Man meme. Pablo, did you meet any actors from the game? Male, female, maybe, and so on. Yes, I did, but it was just I would say, random composition of actors from different languages. I've met, for instance, our Polish male and female Vs. When they were actually playing the game, so that was very cool. Kamil Kula is an awesome guy. So yeah, I had some chance, to meet actors, because the things that I'm doing, it's not that I'm working with our biggest stars on daily basis, but in most cases I have some options to talk with them.
Won't lie, V. I got a shit job for you.
Oh, that's a new gig.
Political meeting. You'll need to grab some dirty docs on Javier Alvarado, advisor to the mayor. Intel says you'll find them in the office of El Pinche Pollo.
El Pinche Polo.
Valentino run joint.
Okay.
Want more details? Scan the attachment.
Okay, thanks, Padre. We are going to take a look, but first, I actually wanted to do the previous gig, the Psychofan. Yes, because I just want to finish the one that I started, and we are going then to continue it. Exactly, because we need to get to the drop point and leave the guitar for my dear friend Padre. It's not far away from what I'm seeing. Interesting place you guys are having here. There's so many locations in this game that I didn't even see before. Yo, chum. Yes, I'm going. See you guys. They didn't like the fact that I wanted to dance with them. That is not nice. Paweł, did you meet Małgorzata Kozłowska? Oh god, I don't think so. I don't... Interesting, someone is throwing concrete around. I don't think I have, Camille. Organize activity? Deposit the guitar? Jesus Christ, okay, there's so much going on. My favorite XP farming spot? I mean, why do you have to farm XP while just doing the quests? You're so over level. I'm already level 49. Jesus. I'm already level 49 and we'll be level 50 soon. Okay, deposit job item. Boom. Here you have the guitar. Thank you, Padre.
I can truly count on you, V. The guitar is in the right hands. Securely now.
Must be a Souls player. Yes, 100% I'm a Souls player.
Compensation.
100% I'm a Souls player. Okay. My dears, we are going into the 5th column now. Let's check basically what Padre said. Oh, hello, Weldon. Hello, Weldon. Valentina's Weldon, Padre. Okay, the restaurant. How long did it take to record all these dialogue lines? Oh, a few months, Revolver. I don't remember exactly. It was few months. Normally you have those sessions spaced out like this, that you have few, I would say, batches, and then at the very, very, very end you have a pickup session that is basically you going over and fixing or re-recording, things that had to be changed in the meantime from when they were recorded, or so-called a performance pickup. So situation when someone was performing and didn't perform the line well enough, you know, and the line didn't really like hit the spot the way it should. So that's basically how it works. So you normally have those, like I would say, main session with the pickups, and then you have the main session of voice acting. And then you have the pickup session. And normally it is like this, that while we are working on the game, the recordings are happening, right? So there are normally parts of the game that you're able to sort of like lock, you know, parts of the story that you have them written out and so on, so that you can send it to all the, you know, localization, translation, adaptation, actually, in our case, and recordings and other parts that you can still work on. And at the end, you can just make a pass over everything and make sure that nothing was missed, you know. And of course, you know, on top of that, you need to work with the budget, right? Because it's not that you can record as much as you want, how much you want, and that's it, you know. So this is all quite complicated when it comes to the when it comes to managing all of those things, especially that, as you know, Cyberpunk has 11 languages that are recorded. So that is, I think it was from 300 to 400 actors that we had to cast in 11 different languages to record whole game. And that was like the biggest game we have ever localized and recorded, you know, because Witcher is much smaller on that front. Talking about Witcher without expansions, of course, but it is much smaller than Cyberpunk. Sharami talked about it with an interview with Dan Allen. It's on YouTube. Oh yes, I think I've read it. I think I've listened to it. It was in 2021. Yes. Do you have any exclusive Cyberpunk items in real life that are not publicly sold? I mean, only like some single things, like for instance there was this gun, the Kerry Eurodyne Archangel gun, because Kerry's Eurodyne storyline is one of the storylines I worked on, and there was an internal auction in our studio. We were just basically gathering money for the kids, for children, so I basically took part in the auction. It was really expensive. I paid for it, and I have that gun. I was showing you guys at some point, and there's like a few other things, you know, things that I got, like for instance, my dear girlfriend Sapphire made me this custom gamepad for Cyberpunk 2077. That's the one that I'm using for work, you know. It's really awesome. That was like a present. This was designed by Pope. You probably know Pope. So there is... yeah, there's a bunch of things I have, but not like this many, I would say. Like there are some things from Cyberpunk I have that are like basically things that we as devs, you know, we got them, right? So that was cool. Crucifix, the Pope. Yes, the Pope. The Pope, the guy who designs, you know, all kinds of like different, how do you call it? Like covers, you know, for consoles and gamepads and so on. The Pope, yes. The Pope designs controllers. Exactly, my friend. It's good that you guys are here. You can learn something. Anyway, let me read about the gig. It's election season, so everyone's got a political stick up their ass. Can't say I like it, but it's good for biz. Young woman came up to me, claims to be a media. She must be a wizard with words, because I've never seen a media jock like her burn so much cash. She's fishing for dirt in the mayor's advisor, Javier Alvarado. Says Alvarado is bezzling. Never heard that word. Bezzling public money, padding the Valentino's pockets. Proof apparently found in the office of Al Pinche Polo, Sam Valentino's run restaurant. Have a look there. These media seemed confident of her sources, and you know how this rolls. She fronts the eddies. We don't ask who she writes for. Okay. Embezzling, I guess. Yes, definitely. We need a full turret deck. Yeah. The full turret deck. I've seen like so many like people privately like selling the decks and stuff, you know, without having the license, you know, to sell it. So kinda sus, I would say. So yeah, I've seen that. Okay, let me go to this restaurant that we're supposed to visit. When do you move to Boston? There's a question. First, I need to ship Phantom Liberty, and then we'll see. Okay, because we have already talked to you guys about the future projects and stuff. I have let you know that I'm the one that will be moving, mostly because we saw the confusion between players and people being worried that there will be some other different crew making this game rather than the people that they know, which is not the case. That's why I spoken openly about the fact that I'm moving with core Cyberpunk team. It's not only me. But first, you know, Phantom Liberty is the first thing. Well, I need to make sure you guys love the expansion and that you're proud of it and that you love playing it and that you have a lot of fun with it. This is such a fucking amazing place. Jesus.
That a fucking...
Fuck off! What's looking at you?
Whose bar is this? Does Alvarado come here? Okay.
Whose bar is this?
You want to complain about the selection, decoration, maybe the barkeep?
Just curious, is all.
Don't look like the type to ask about throwing a quinceañera for her daughter. Besides, trust me, there are a lot of reasons you don't want to meet the boss.
Okay. The Deadly Apricot wrote, I live in Boston. Hope you will enjoy the city. I hope so too, my friend. Have you modded this playthrough? No, Biba Bonis, I didn't. This is a deep V-neck bud. Oh, the Neon Arcade is with us. Hello, Neon. Nice to have you, my friend. I just realized it's you. By some reason didn't see you on the chat before. Thank you, Neon, for being with us. Yes, exactly as Stealth Spiller wrote. Please remember that there's plenty of really skilled people that you don't know doing the amazing work behind the scenes. Exactly, you know? Like, you guys know only a few people, you know me because I come over here to, you know, talk to you, you know the Spina, you know, I don't know, a few other people that were here, but you don't know whole team, right? We are a pretty big studio right now. So there's actually a lot of people that contribute to what you are seeing.
Javier Alvarado. You come here often?
Oh, what? Because I attend a Mexican bar, I'm supposed to know every single Javier in the whole goddamn city, huh?
You might know this particular Javier.
When you work here as long as I have, you learn that it's better not to remember last names or faces.
Okay. Thanks.
You serving decent drinks here?
Biba Bonis wrote, would love to work at CD Projekt RED someday. Hey, my friend, so the way you do that, you focus on what you are good at, you work on that shit, you put the goal to work with us at some point, and you meet me sometime in the future. That's the plan. That's the way you do that, okay? Honestly. There's no fucking magic, it's just goals that you can achieve. And literally, like, you put your mind into it and you're going to achieve it. I guarantee you. And it will be fine. You'll manage. You'll do well, you know? Just focus on what are your strong sides. Focus on what you can do, you know? Focus on what you can offer us. You know, no matter what that is. There's so many different specialities and people of really various, I would say, oh, someone is burning something. People of really various different specialities that work in RED that I'm sure you're going to find a place for yourself, you know? What is the hiring time frame for the Boston team? Well, I mean, pretty much from now till forever, I think. The same as usual, you know, in such cases. We'll be starting to hire. It's just the thing is that, you know, with the cases like this, you know, when you're like setting up a lot of new things, you need to have in mind that at first probably, you know, like people for senior expert lead positions will be hired, and only then it will be followed with people with slightly less. She is like remarkably calm. Only then people will be hired with slightly less experience, you know. That's the way it works, you know. Always. Okay, my chums, I think we need to switch some of those. Okay, I think I'll keep this, but this is a time for an Overwatch, and I need to, you know, take good care of those.
I'm going back.
Jesus Christ. The heck? That was not what I wanted to do. Okay, chums, let's stop fucking around. Krushvit Sasko, yes, exactly. No, don't die. No, I didn't want to die, but anyway. Overwatch overrated? No. Dumb Eagle Eye? Yeah. That's true, Neon. Just a bit like that, but you know what? We're going to...
Where you going? You lost or something?
Yes.
I'd watch that tone if I were you. It's not how you treat customers, especially not VIPs.
Oh, really?
Okay, VIP. Club's having a private event. ¿Entiendes? Sorry for the inconvenience. Fuck off. Don't come back.
Kamil asks if CDPR were to open new CDPR studio in Poland, which city would you choose? I mean, I would definitely look for a city that has a lot of hiring potential, and a city where a lot of people live of a similar specialty, and people that would want to move there, you know? That's like always the most important thing. So that would be probably my
Someone here I need
way
to have
of
a word
choosing.
with. It's urgent.
Then you and I have got ourselves a little impasse. See, my job's to keep people like you from going into places like these. So you best walk away before shit gets ugly.
I mean, I really like, you know, the way he's acted, the way he behaves.
I know you from somewhere. Hey, hold on, weren't you a friend of Jackie's? I saw you at his funeral.
You knew Wells?
Oh, here you go.
Jackie fucking Wells. Way was like a brother to us. Mourned him once when he left the Valentinos. Second time when he... Come on, let's get a drink. To Jackie.
Oh, such a nice chum. That's so good. Wookie Falco wrote, idea for a future project, game world ads and billboards custom by algorithms based on game style. If you collect cars, more cars, ads in the city, and so on. Huh. Interesting.
Let's go, come on. Let's go, come on.
I am.
Waiting around.
Did he put...
Jackie, give him hell up there, brother.
One
more, let's go. Arriba, abajo, al centro, pa' dentro.
I think he drank this Android, now he's drinking that iPhone. You know, like, one more. Oh yeah, he fucking drank it.
I gotta go back. Chill here if you like. But don't do nothing stupid, chica.
Okay.
Pull some gunk shit. Not even Jackie will save you.
Okay. Sounds good. I mean, it was so cool that I didn't have to, like, kill them. That I could just talk to them. So, that was... I enjoyed that. Okay, I need to probably be sneaky.
Anyone there? Answer me.
I didn't see that camera, goddammit.
Time to fuck shit up.
Jackie was my friend. What are you? Why are you attacking me? No. Don't attack me. Why are you doing this? You shouldn't be. And it was going so well. We even had a drink together. God damn it. Oh, fucking hell. I was killed again. This is atrocious. Holy shit. What difficulty is that? That's very hard, Neo Arcade. I'm basically getting one shot. It's like, yeah, playing it very hard, but well, so to say, I am playing like a complete bozo. But you know what? That's good because like I can actually go in and talk to this guy and talk about Jackie. Okay, cool. Yes, let's go. Let's just drink that phone. 2 minutes left. Holy fuck! I'm probably not making it. I really like Valentino's, by the way. What's your favorite quest in the game? Holy shit, I don't know. I think probably Sinnerman. Like in when it comes to Cyberpunk, I think Sinnerman is my favorite one.
Hell up there, brother.
At least he's fucking consistent with drinking that phone.
One more.
That's good. That's good.
Arriba, abajo, al centro, pa dentro.
Here's a fun question. What's your favorite gang in the lore that didn't appear in 2077?
But don't do nothing stupid.
My favorite gang that didn't appear.
Some gunk shit. Not even Jackie will save.
I think all of the gangs that I actually liked in organization we do have. Like maybe Bozos itself, but you know, you can make a argument that we have Ozop, you know, for it. So this is not like so obvious.
We in real right now? A fucking bank? We get died before we even started scrolling. And all because some rich-ass gonk wants an adrenaline rush?
Oh, there is the camera. This is the one that I didn't see. Okay, that helps. Okay, chums. Okay.
Deal with that shit. Tell him to go ask in Pacifica. El Gallo is not our problem.
Fucking hell. I'm stealthing here and you're just interrupting. Here you go, you know, I'm like a fucking shadow. Here you go, guys, like a prime stealth gameplay. Okay. Time to steal some data. Getting doled up incriminating evidence.
Some things never change. Gonks. Only ever
Oh,
been
shit.
one choice in this city.
Skipped by accident.
Corruption. Same shit, different assholes. And every time they think this time will be different. Well, we get what we fucking deserve.
Thank you, Johnny. It's very nice of you. How good do you think the DLC looks at this point? Well, I mean, we said that the DLC, work on the DLC is quite advanced at this point. So I would say it looks nice. That's as much as I can tell you, my friend. But I'm really trying to steal this cash, and it's lying in a way that I can't really steal it, can I? Give me the euro dollars. Okay. That is much better. Did we already go over FF065 B5 inquiry? Of course, Envis, we did. Of course we did, you know. I don't, you know, before I say hello on that stream, that's the question. I'll just check these emails and then we're wrapping it up. Ladrillo to Mauricio Salinas. Mauricio, it's done. Birds flew in the cage, got crispy, got fucked up, wiped their clothes up. Columns scrolled all over it. They will eat out of your hand. They are ours now. Let me know when you want to apply the pressure. L. And then Javier to Mauricio. Dear Senor Salinas, I look upon your business and philanthropy in the Glen with greater interest. Thanks to the enterprising people such as you, the great area is teeming with life and development opportunities. I'm absolutely convinced our cooperation can prosper under current conditions. Of course, in the event of the changes regionally, so to speak, we'll reassess our agreements as needed. Respectfully, Javier Alvarado. Cool. And this is the your head will explode one. Leave the restaurant. Okay. I am so sneaky. Hello, Padre.
Flawless, V.
Ha!
All according to plan.
Flawless, he said.
Glad I can count on you. Contract closed.
Oh, thank you, Padre. God damn it. The fifth column. Perfect. Well, you know, we did manage even without killing all the friends of Jackie in that bar, so that is always nice. You know, that's always nice. Now let me turn off the game because we are, my dears, wrapping the stream up. It was a lot of fun, but as always, time is passing by really quickly. So we are going to listen to maybe some cool fucking song at the end, because why not, and wrap up this stream. So maybe this time around, let's listen to this. Guys, it was amazing to play for you as always and talk with you. I'm so thankful that you are all here. Now I wanted to thank our dear Reds and moderators that were here with us or are here with us. Chivok, our customer support engineer, Despina, Stealth Spell, our dear quest designer, Ayano, our UI producer, and our two fantastic mods, my dear girlfriend, Sapphire, and our dear friend, Cogito. Thank you so much for being here. It was amazing, as always. I'm always having fun with you. You know, eventually we are going to finish Cyberpunk. We are like 215 hours right now in this one drive, so hey, maybe eventually it will be done. We are going to see each other in a week from now to play more. Are we, Kabir asks, yes. We are going to see each other in a week to play more Cyberpunk. And as always, my chums, stay frosty and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Hold on to your wishes if you can't hold on to me. Forgive me for letting you down. Forgive me for letting you down again. I guess I'm not strong enough right now. They will finally feel the flames, flames that run down through my veins. I will make the city burn. We're not planning to return. Trying so hard to be free, to make you see what I see. Hold on to your wishes if you can't hold on to me. Forgive me for letting you down. Forgive me for letting you down again. I guess I'm not strong enough right now. Forgive me for letting